And we are live. Good morning, YouTube. How you guys doing this morning? Hello, I see Ninja Mama and Jazz Starfish have made it early this morning. You guys are keeners, man. You're always here first, aren't you? Well, so let's get to it, huh? For those of you tuning in fresh this morning, we are reading tarot cards, reading them live. The readings are free. All you got to do is be patient. I'm here until noon today. It's 9 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm in Rigaud, which is a little town between Montreal and Ottawa, Canada. And I'm here usually every Tuesday, unless something untoward happens, which doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it happens big time, doesn't it? All right. So we're going to kick it off this morning reading for Ninja Mama. Do you want to come on live? You have the option. You can come on live or you can stay in the chat. Either or, same to me. Do you want to come on live? Ninja Mama. Let me drop the link in the chat for your benefit. You can stay in chat. Absolutely. Good morning, Amanda. How you doing, darling? I almost watched your live last night, but I didn't. I did not have time. I was just checking some messages. I had a client wanted to hire me for a tarot reading, so I needed to respond to my messages. The messages work in TikTok still, even though I'm not live posting. So just so you guys know that. Look at this, Ninja Mama. What are you trying to put together here? I got the Temperance card jumping out here at me. Probably should have read that second card, but I did not. Whoa. Now it comes out anyway. Where'd you go? I know I just dropped a card. Where the heck did it go? Or did I drop a card? Oh, it just flipped over in the deck. Ooh, Six of Swords. This is screaming at you. Whatever you're trying to put together, relax. Go with the flow. It's going to come together, whether you like it or not. And there's nothing you can do about it. Somebody else is in control and you are not. So get in the boat and just stay there. This is get in alignment. And when you get out of alignment, get back in alignment. This is too easy, you guys. This is the only thing you ever have to do. You don't have questions, but the world has answers. And that, I promise you, my friends, is always the answer. What are you up to? Look at this. Look at my deck upside down. 10 of Cups. Happy camper. Look at that. Queen of Wands. Look at this. Queen of Sheba sitting on her throne here, followed by the High Priestess. So, whoa. You're just waiting for the date now. Which date? What do you mean? The date you got, you've been told that you're going to get the home, and now you just need to know when you can move in. Is that what we're looking at? Is this happy camper? And hubby looks just as happy. The court date is April 9th. Did you get news about the house? Because the smugness of this Queen of Wands is amazing. And then there's just creation. So, it's going to happen. It's just happening. And there's nothing you can do about any of this but be patient and wait. No housing yet. Well, honey, these cards, the smugness of this card suggests that you get your way every which way to Sunday. I don't see these are not negative cards. They're you are manifesting. I've never seen such cards that scream of manifesting as these cards are screaming. And I got you moving into that house soon enough. Kids playing in the garden. Look at this. Kids playing in the garden. Come into focus, card. There you go. Look at the kids playing in the garden. Right there. See the kids playing in the garden while you're doing the mommy things in the house. This is a cool card. This is, we create our own magic. We create our own luck. And the religious priests don't want you to know that you can do this, because if you can do this, what do you need them for, right? Have a direct connection, direct plug in with the greater power that exists within you, and life becomes so much easier. The fun part of manifesting is knowing what you want, knowing where you're going, and allowing it to come to you the way that it comes, right? I'm not getting any surprises. The moon is jumping out to me on the high priestess. So you got a full moon coming up. Maybe that's the timing on it. The moon also jumps out because what you don't know is what light is going to be shed. So this court date coming up next week, this could be it, girl. This could be the end of that. And but the smugness of this and the comfort of this card, man, this is, you are all over this. I love it. And I like this card. Check this out. If I can get this into focus. You see the kids down here? They're actually toasting each other. Can you see that? Look at this, right? These are amazing cards. And so what is the grief here? What is the anxiety that has you can't wait until it's all over? The trick to the alignment, my darling, is to anticipate what is going to happen, to be in a constant feeling of anticipation. Do you get this? And the kids get it, because kids are just happy-go-lucky. They have no sense of morbidity. They have no sense of mortality. So they just go with the flow and allow things to come to them. Feed off of that energy. Take a look at how the kids are completely unfazed and unbothered by most anything of this, except maybe when you and or hubby are out of sorts and nattering at them. Do you get that? Like, it's the get into alignment, go with the flow, right? The grief, the anxiety, it means nothing here. Nothing. Hello, Holly. Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday to your hubby. Oh, and you're off work. Lovely. You're also testing today from last week when you said pregnancy. Oh, well. Oh, shookadoodles. Oh, okay. So the heaviness of family here is, and knowing that you want to have this next baby, this could be, dude. And they say good luck comes in threes, right? Put it together. I get a feeling based on the art card here that the pregnancy might not be still taking. And again, you'll find out why I don't do pregnancies. Because look at you being all chemistry, right? See, come into focus. Come into focus, card. See, she's trying to mix water into wine, right? She says, okay, good. Now you don't want the baby. You don't want the complication of the baby is what you don't want, right? And here, literally, do the test. Might surprise you, right? You're not ready for it yet. Dude, you and I both know that the second that you find out that you are pregnant, you are all over it 6 ways to Sunday. And that you can lie to yourself or lie to hubby and say, no, we're not ready for it yet. This isn't where we want to be. We don't want the baby until we're in the new house. Well, at this rate, if you were to find out you were pregnant right now, count out 9 months, maybe 10, and that's when the babies come in. And by my calculations, you should be in the new house by then, right? This is again, this is just one of those energies of anticipation, and anticipation is what you've got going on here, because these are such positive cards. They all emotion, all hot, fast, and the high priestess bringing her magic to bear on here. Man, you go in. Look at this. And then I get the 6 of Cups as your underlying undercard. This is super cool. All right. Hello, Andrea Hector. Oh, thank you for the positive vibes. Love to you, dear. Are you going to come in for a reading today? I can bump you up because you don't come every week if you want to get me if you want me to get you on our list, let me know right up. I'm just about finished here. Look at this. And the deuce coming up right after. This is you moving. This is everything going. This is interestingly, there's a sadness and a melancholy to this move that strikes me as something like bad timing, something like not sure the way that it's going to go. And the way that you're hanging on to the baby in this picture, if you can see her holding the baby, this is you going, oh my God, how am I going to move when I'm 6-7 months pregnant, right? Take your focus off of how you're going to do things and let yourself do things. Do not get stuck. So here's that 7 of Cups coming up. This is likely got to do with hubby and the 9th. That, or they're going to postpone the date again, which would make me crazy. But ultimately, put in your cup what you want in your cup. Choose how you want to feel. Choose how you want to be going through your day, you know? Because it only works that way. All right. You are on Steam. I see that. I see. I see you. You're watching me on Steam? That's cool. I didn't know that this was broadcasting on Steam. I know it broadcasts on YouTube because that's where I tell it to broadcast. But wow, that's neat. All right. Amanda is waiting on deck, and so is Jazz. Holly's not going to come in because she's having a great day with hubby, but Andrea never comes in for a reading. So we're going to bump Andrea up, you guys, if that's all right with you. Andrea, if you want to come on live and drop the link here into the chat for you, click on that link. It'll bring you on live. Otherwise, I can read for you in the chat the way I just did, Ninja Mama. Which would you prefer? And let me know. And Jazz and Amanda waiting on deck. You just feel comfortable to watch from there because unless the system throws you out, I have plenty of room for you. How are we going to read for you? Andrea. She may be. Are you going to come on? You can click on that link I just posted in the chat. Come on live, or I can read for you in the chat, whichever you prefer. Up to you, my darling. Let me know which you prefer. Either come on live or stay in the chat. You want to know what was Carlos, the Leo's current energy after the talk and interaction with him over the last weekend and the other night? You're an Aries. Okay. I'm not an astrologer, so short of the cards expressly coming up, Aries or Leo, my cards don't work like that. I got 2 jumpers out here. I got the World. Ooh. Followed by it's I'm going to go out on a limb and express the energy that you seem to have laid down the law in this conversation, and the hopes of bringing this relationship to a higher level. Is this correct? Is this how you want this to go down? Well, these cards don't do the astrology much on here, do they? Do. They do on the they don't on the majors. And this is why I started doing live, you guys. You haven't seen him since February 1st, the total 5 times you talked to him, and then he texted you out of the blue. And you would like, so here's the thing. There is an element, the devil's in the details. And this card comes on the heels of, obviously, what you want is to, oh, this is exciting. We're going to advance the relationship. This card comes into play because, as I said, the devil's in the details. And there is a question of, come into focus, you little bugger. Come into focus. Well, it's not going to come into focus. You just got, after being apart for years, you'd been engaged in the past. I want you to go back to why you stopped being engaged in the past. This is a card about control. This is about who's in charge, who's in control. And there seems to be a disconnect over how that is going to be in control. You can't have it both ways. You can't be in a relationship where they are the one that's in control. You can't give an alpha male, I hate that expression, but you can't give the guy or the girl that wants to be the one in charge the being in charge all the time when you also want to be the one in charge. There has to be a complete total give and take between the two relationships. Did you have issues with Carlos, I'm going to assume is a guy because it's usually a guy's name, but did you have issues in the past with Carlos over control issues? He was too controlling. He wanted to choose your friends, didn't like your job, didn't like the way that you dressed, this sort of thing. Why are you no longer engaged? The devil's in the details, and I need you to go back and look at that. I hate telling people to go back in the past, but these cards are very technical about how you are going to move forward. And this one especially tells me to tell you this is a control issue. And if you think that the control situation is going to be different because it's a different time now, then I think you may be not quite taking full grasp of what moving forward with this fella means. Does this make sense to you, Andrea? The shadow card says that you may be willing to park your line in the sand at the door and put the two of you together. Like, this could work. Has something changed for the control structure in this situation with Carlos that you can actually comfortably move forward in this relationship? Oh, that's a control. There's a big. So he went to he went to. You can feel free to pull that out of the chat now that I've seen it, Andrea. So that's definitely a control issue. That's a control over his freedom that made it so that there was no possibility for you guys to be together. And now he's back, right? And you've spoken to him 5 times since August. Things are going well, but there's a possibility for you to make this happen. So that's very definitely a control thing. The thing is, right, I'm going to assume that you guys are both relatively young, and the driving without a license thing is just an error of poor judgment on the part of a kid. Right. So he's been free since. So it's only been, what, a month and a bit. How long do you get for driving without a license down there? Good heavens. No. So short of there being there's an element of how do you maintain your solidity, your control situation for yourself where you are so that you can move forward in this relationship. And this is going to be on I got the phone ringing over here. I know you can't hear it, but I can see it and it's distracting me. So the devil's very much a 6. If you can live with the control issues, unless there's something else coming up from why you, aside from what you just described in the chat being the control issue, then this is just a matter of going with the flow. Oh, he had it. Is he still drinking? There's a control. That's a second control issue that you need to be looking at. Is he still drinking? Has he taken the time that he's been locked up to alleviate his alcohol issues? Like, I mean, short of, we're talking about Carlos. We're not talking about Tiger Woods here. So, like, I'm thinking Tiger Woods makes enough money, he can hire somebody to drive for him. My question to you is, if he's still drinking, is drinking under the influence going to cause him issues in the future? And if he has not come to terms with the idea that you don't drink and drive because that's how people get dead, that could cause you issues. But this is, okay, just don't drink and drive, and I'll do all the driving for you. That's not a problem, right? It's the knowledge that, because I don't know where you are, but another strike, and is rehab a necessity, right? There's an element of going with the flow that needs to happen in order for all of this to come together. And my question to you is, what are you parking at the door? What are you leaving aside that you are giving up control over in order to move forward? And, like in my case, I like driving. I really like driving. But if I go anywhere with Greg, he drives because he doesn't like me driving. And frankly, he doesn't like anybody driving. So that's a major control issue. But I decided that I don't need to drive so much that it's a control issue between us, and so I compromise on the driving issue. There is a definitive compromise that you need to make here with him in order to move forward in this relationship. And you need to know what that is. I've got the card saying that you're going forward. You don't have a car. Even better. Does he have a car? He shouldn't have a car. If he has a car, he should not be driving it if he's drinking. You catching me here? So what you've got to really sit down, take a real close look at what you need to compromise on to be with him in order to be with him. Do you get this? This is what you need to deal with. And if you can't come to grips with that control issue, then you're going to have issues in the relationship. Do you following me here? Because we don't want him going back to, I don't want you throwing a big wedding, getting married, and, well, these are great cards, followed by a Queen of Pentacles. This is, right? I don't need you sitting like Queen of Sheba, happy, all married to a guy that's locked up because he drinks and drives. And you're the only one keeping yourself from moving forward into what you want. And he's coming hat in hand like a Knight of Cups. Now, Knight of Cups, or they can be one of two things. They can be really great guys that use their emotion to better the world, or they could be really great guys whose head is so stuck in their addiction that they can't get out of it. And this is the guy. He's probably the best guy in the whole world, but as long as that alcohol has itself wrapped around his dog, wrapped around his leg like an old black dog, you're going to have issues. You get what I'm saying here? This is entirely up to you, right? Lots of people have, I come from a long line of both active and recovering alcoholics, but alcoholism is a disease that needs to be dealt with. It's incurable, but it is workable, and it can, but if that is the only control issue, then you need to come to terms with it. Like, is this going to be a problem for you? Because it already, according to these cards, it's already a problem for him. And how do we know? Because that's what he just did time for. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he could be the best guy in the whole world, but if he gets really, really stupid when he's drunk, what kind of other stupid things is he going to do? Is he going to take you and your kids and maybe just your kids? He's going to end up in a drunken accident and you're going to lose your kids. Like, you got to think about what you are capable of getting from this guy as a partner in order to make this compromise. You get where I'm going, Andrea? Otherwise, they're great cards. This relationship, put it together, You either work together with him and make it a partnership relationship so that he doesn't end up in the bottom of the cups again, or you walk on and set your sights towards somebody else. This makes sense to you, darling? Because these are tricky cards. The Devil's a nasty card to have to read. And devil you do, devil you don't. It's obviously a situation you can get comfortable with. You can live with an alcoholic who's not drinking as long as they are not continuing to behave as if they were drinking, right? People become alcoholics because there's a hole in their soul, and the alcohol, for whatever reason, somehow manages to fill it, if somewhat temporarily. The problem is that filling your hole in your soul with something other than yourself opens you up to things like drunk driving and et cetera, et cetera. Does it make sense to you, Andrea? I want you to have a serious conversation with him about this, so that you have the knowledge and control that you personally require to go into this relationship. Because the missing ace in these cards suggests that without knowing that he is on board for staying sober and being with you, then these right, this devil's in the details, darling. All righty. All right. Good luck to you. Keep me posted. I hope it works out for you. The cards say that you've got great potential here, right? But this is a partnership, a marriage, if that's where this end up going, it's a two-way street. There's two of you in it. There's two of you working together. And if one is coming to the table, and the only way they can come to the table is in the cups, then they're not coming to the table. They're dragging their baggage with them, and God love you. But yeah, Andrea, if he can't do it by himself, he can do it. He can use a program. He could use psychology. He can use, if he needs to, he can use psychiatry. There is medical help, medical treatment for people with alcoholism. They can't get, if they can't get and stay sober, there is help for him. Because without the alcohol, he strikes me as a really, really great guy. So I wish you luck with that. Forewarned is forearmed, and you know what to do next. Good luck to you. I see you bringing in, treat it like a harvest, man. You've got to finish the crop and see if it manages to come in and manifest your best life, darling. And he should be doing the same thing as well. All right. We're going to bring Jess Starr on next and read for her.
Hello, Tina. How are you?
I'm good, darling. How are you?
Doing good. There was a lot that happened.
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see what the cards have to say before you tell me anything. Oh my gosh, you're not kidding. A whole bunch of stuff happened. I just threw the whole deck over the floor. Hang on. I should get a second deck so I don't have to play 52 card pickup when my cards explode like this. Good heavens.
I know. That's funny. The other day, that's what my cards did to me when I was trying to read for myself. I'm like, why did they go all over the floor? I hate when that happens too.
I think more often than not, because I always shuffle the same way. It's not like the shuffling changes, or I'm doing anything different when I shuffle. I'm just going to take a quick look at what jumped out onto the floor. Oh, that's interesting. Did you meet somebody?
So what happened is, basically, remember how I told you that other guy from last time kind of liked me?
Yeah.
He called me out of the blue.
Okay.
All by himself, but I didn't respond to him because I kind of am taking my time away from him because I know he doesn't have good intentions, kind of. I don't know what his intentions are.
Honey, you are beautiful. Those good intentions are his intentions. They're not good or bad. He just really likes you. You know what I'm saying?
I guess right. I found that out now.
Okay, so what happened? Because I know your parents aren't too crazy about him already.
I'm the one who's pulling back. I never responded to him. I'm just waiting for him to come back and I don't know. I just didn't respond to him at all.
You haven't responded at all?
No, but what happened is he called me and then he told me to call him. Called me. He gave me his phone number.
Okay. So you're kind of like, are you interested? Don't even think about him. I want to take a nice deep breath and relax into yourself and feel the answer to this question. Do you like him enough to be interested? Yes or no?
Yes, I like him enough to be interested.
Yeah, right. Okay. So trust your gut. Your gut will never lie to you. Your head will lie to you constantly. All
But
right.
then I also know that I don't know if he's still in a relationship with his girlfriend because what happened is he had a girlfriend, but like I don't know if they're still with each other and if he's texting me and I don't know if his girlfriend or
Ooh.
kind of freaked me out.
So
That's
you're
why I'm not
skeptical.
responding to him.
Okay, watch this. Ask yourself then. Now, see, this is your pointy little head asking questions. You want to hear the questions that your head is giving you, and you want to answer them. Do you feel that he's the kind of guy who would be setting up his next squeeze while he was still with a girl? And if the answer is yes, then you don't trust him. Do you feel that?
The first answer, I was gonna totally like call him and like respond to him, but then I pulled back because I'm like listening to my gut. I'm like, what if his girlfriend finds out about me? What if this? And then I'm like telling myself, if that's, I don't want to be in that drama, but
Okay,
I don't
watch
know what they
this.
want from me.
The disruptive question comes from your head. Good or bad, it's going to come from your head because
Mhm.
your soul is just going to go with the flow automatically. If you are in
Mhm.
full alignment with your soul, you're going with the flow and everything is going to go. Good or bad is a judgment call. You follow me?
Yes.
Okay. So in this case, has he ever said or done anything in the past that leads you to believe that he would be stepping out on his girlfriend without breaking up with her?
Well, when we started first talking and everything, he just told me, just talk to me as a friend. But
Yeah.
then he wanted to start like meeting up with me and go like, let's just say one day I got really stressed out and then he was like, I can massage you, but I'm like, I don't really know you that well.
Mm.
Like because I was like stressed out and stuff. So
Yeah.
I was like, that's kind of weird.
So at the end of the day, you're just not sure.
Yeah.
All
I'm not
right.
sure
All
what
right.
he wants
So
from me.
all right. So we're gonna do. I had a monk change. You've done the breathing exercise with holding your breath and breathing.
Like
So
this.
I've changed how we're doing this. We got a Buddhist monk who changed completely how to do the breathing. So the intake breath, you're going to count to 4. You're going to hold for the count of 4. And then you're going to count to 8 on your exhale. And you're going to do that over and over again until you feel the calm solidity of the alignment. Okay. That's the new breath count. All right. Oh, there you go. Now, do you feel the solidity coming in?
I feel a lot calmer and not so
Yeah.
like rushed.
Greg, I want you to use this breathing anytime you feel anxious, anytime you feel rushed, anytime you feel like you're out of control. I want you to use this breathing technique. Greg actually, since we heard about it about a week and a half ago, Greg has been used it to actually calm his blood pressure. And we've tested it. He tested it on himself, and it actually works. And I have everybody that I have told to switch the count to do it this way has found it way more effective. And I don't know why the 4-4-8 works, but it's very calming. And your focus, because we want your focus on a single point right here, right now. That's why the breath, because the breath is nothing but right here, right now. Right? You
That's
can't
true.
breathe. You can't breathe next week's breaths. You
No,
can't
I
breathe,
cannot.
right? And you can't breathe last week's breaths either. So your breath brings you right here, right now. You can't be anywhere else when your focus is completely on your breath. Do you catch that?
Yes.
So for some reason, this count works. And for those of you guys who are doing the every hour on the hour practice, do this breathing every hour on the hour. And you only got to do it long enough to go, ooh. And once you get used to feeling that calmness, you will get addicted to it. Jazz, I promise you. I'm not going back to the crazy insanity that I used to live before I knew how to stay in complete control of myself. You get it? I didn't like the crazies.
That's exactly, if I get crazy, I'll let myself go crazy and go off and think I'm the tower card falling apart and I'm like, I don't know I'm shit out of luck.
Right. So what we want to do is pay close attention to who we are, where we are, when we are, and how we feel. And then choose if it feels uncomfortable or anxious or angry or annoyed in any way at all, do the exercise. All right.
4 breaths out and 8 breaths in, or exhale
Four,
8.
four in, four hold, eight out.
Okay.
All right. Let's see your cards now. Oh, I got 10 of wands. Oh, and followed by a king of cups, followed by the 8 of cups. And woo. Your shadow cards are really cool. Dude. Um I've never seen cards look more like a wedding than these. What the
Oh
heck
my
is
god,
this?
that does look like a wedding. I guess I just been working on myself, just telling myself like the universe, because I tell my mom I always want to date somebody, but I'm like, am I ready to date somebody if I'm not in control? I'm like, oh, let it go to the universe and let it work out. And plus, like
Yeah.
last week, I finally went to church for the first time and I felt
Oh,
at peace. Like I
well,
just like,
that's cool. Oh,
yeah.
watch you end up becoming a nun. That would be hilarious.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious.
Ah! That's oh yeah, I mean inspiration. The power of self is so powerful. Good morning, Treva. You made it. This is crazy. So the marriage to self screams here. This is the Deuce of Wands. This is you getting into alignment and strolling down that dark path that you're so afraid of because you're out of control, but you're in control. Do you feel that?
Yes.
And come what may, whatever you want, look at this. It's followed by the star card. You know these cards well enough to follow where this energy is going. Here's the star card. Everything you want, everything that you hope for, you're going to absolutely physically decide based on what you want, not somebody else's, and then allow their what they want to come into play. You feel that? The devil's in the
Yes.
details. Devil's always in how you feel, right? If you can be comfortable and happy and joyful in everything that comes to you, right? Regardless of how anxious making such a situation could be, it's a simple matter of that simple alignment, easy peasy. You get to choose. You get to be the King of Cups, right? I keep getting this card for your dad. I noticed that the anxiety and the stress in your household has gone down a lot. Now that did he start his job?
He's going to in a couple months. He just did the background check for his other job, but he
Third
got the
job.
news. But from the second job, he got the news that he's not going to start until May.
Okay. All right. But the stress that he was walking around, that ball of stress he was walking around expressing, it's gone, right? He's not so
Yes,
stressed anymore. You
it's
like that?
totally alleviated.
Right. Do you see how being and just look at him as a perfect example and you saw how now he's got 3 jobs in hand, right? Essentially,
Yes,
he did what he needed to do and now he gets to pick and choose which of those 3 or 2 or all of those jobs he's going to take, right? He's
wow.
in control. He is the power. He is the chooser, right?
Yes,
This is you. This is you and you are this close to perfection with this. Your challenge is to always decide for you first and then move forward. This is the 8 of cups, right? The 8 of cups is leaving behind all the crap you don't need to go forward with. You don't need the stress, you don't need the anxiety, you don't need the foolishness or the stupidity or anything else. You get to choose on what you're going to put your focus, right? We were talking about that last week. When you look at the people that you're working with and they give you negativity for no good reason, rather than focusing on why they're giving you negativity, you keep your head down and you stick to your knitting, right? In this case, I think you got this, right? Now you just got to
yeah,
be it.
Yes, I talked to my manager about like being stressed out, and she told me just keep calling us and we'll come to help you and stuff. And like also they said the only thing I was kind of doing wrong was not reading the nubs, like um the nubs on the clothes right, and I was kind of jumbling them all together. But like
Yeah.
I even kind of got stressed out yesterday, but then I try to tell myself, why am I getting stressed out? I think I'm just getting stressed out because I was like um
You
I
have?
had so many clothes.
Yeah. Well, what you want to do, right? You want to slow yourself down. Slowing yourself, when you get ahead of yourself, that's when you trip yourself. You get it?
Okay.
So
Yes,
you want to slow down. You might have a big pile of clothes that you've got to stash, but you got to do them one by one. You can't do them all at the same time,
that's true.
right? So maybe try, like, they're all hanging on a rack when they come out of the change room. Yeah.
No, so people hang their clothes on the rack for me to put back, so then I have to separate them from women's, man's,
There you go.
kids, and boys.
Yeah. So so when you're doing the sorting, sort them one by one. Don't let yourself try and sort them in groups, right? You focus
Okay.
on one label, go, okay, these are the women, this is a women's piece, and hang it in a certain way. And then sort, okay, oh, this is a man's piece, hang it on a different place so that those are the women's and those are the men's, but one by one, and do the sort and then put them away. But then again, always doing them one by one by one, and you won't trip over yourself by
Oh
accidentally
yeah.
getting ahead, right?
Yeah.
This is what the alignment will give you, is the ability to slow yourself down. The devil comes up here. The devil is in the details. I have a celebration coming up for you, honey. This looks like you get this going. This is a raise, or this is more power, more financial, a better situation for you. Now, this could be with your job, but this could be just your recognizing how much more control you get by staying in alignment. You following me here?
Yes, I think that's what it is. I'm trying to get in control at my job, and I'm like hoping to like get a raise, and I'm hoping also to move up on the cash registers and get trained because they told me I might have an opportunity to get trained on the cash registers like I always wanted to.
There you go. Right. So it's just a matter of it's dotting your I's and crossing your T's. You see, you just have to move forward like that. Do you have some sort of contract or documents that you have to sign that you're not aware of?
No, I signed all of them when I
Okay.
went
Is
onto the onboarding thing
okay. I want you to have a
at my
chat.
job.
I want you to have a chat, likely with your mom, not your dad. And I want you to have a chat with her. You need to have legal documents in place for because you're an adult now. You've got your own money coming in, you get your own bank
Yes.
account, right? Okay. So this is part of you taking control of what you want to have happen to you. Should you get sick, should you get hurt, should you get dead? You want to have a document in place like an adult so that your wishes get taken care of and your parents aren't left mad scrambling trying to figure out what to do with you. So you want to talk to your parents about either having a financial plan and a will or just a will. But you got to put this together because you haven't got this yet.
Well, me and my mom been trying to talk about getting a house for myself so she doesn't have to worry about me getting um like let's say we're trying to look into it, but we also heard like where we are at, like with my learning challenges and stuff,
Mhm.
somehow if you have Medicaid, they won't give you like a will. They won't sign it over to you.
Are you getting Medicaid right now?
Yes, I am, but what happened is I have to pay Medicaid, but what happened is they're charging me like ridiculous. It went from $25 to 75 each week. And I
Oh,
don't know
wow.
why it went up so largely like that.
Okay. Maybe that's what this is. You need to find out why it went up. Okay.
Hmm.
I can't see the answer in these cards. This is all about technical details that I'm looking at here. There is likely a document that you need to sign, possibly for accounting at work. But if you have, and your mom's right, if you have all of your documents in order, you need a financial plan. You want to buy a house, you need a financial plan so that you know where you're going before you get there.
Yes.
Okay. And looking at this, your mom can help you for sure. All right. And the other thing, this is going to freak out your dad totally. Have you had this? You've had the sex talk with your parents?
I had it when I was 16 in middle school, and I was the only one comfortable having it where everybody was just like weird about it. I kept asking questions about it in class.
And nobody wanted you. Yeah, nobody else wanted you asking questions. Yeah, I did. They did that to me in school too. You might want to have an adult conversation with your mom about physically protecting yourself should you end up in a clinch with this potential new fella. Do you catch what I'm saying?
Yeah,
right?
I remember when I was telling my mom about this guy before, she's like, he does not have good vibes, do not talk to him. But then I'm like, he's talking to me and stuff. And then I'm
Yeah.
like,
Tell mom to mind her own business. You get to choose. You were an adult. Okay.
Mhm.
And I think frankly, we can already establish that you're not going to go with just anybody because you're head shy. Right.
Yeah.
But if you are, I need you to be aware, you need to be able to protect yourself from them because they're not going to tell you everything anyway. But in order to go with the flow, you need to be in the flow. You catch me?
Yes.
So the more information you have, I think the better you function. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. So the more of these I's that you dot and the T's that you cross before they come into play, the better it's going to be for you. I don't know what this celebration is. This could be maybe a party that your dad is planning for your family when he gets his first paycheck. I don't know, but there's a celebration coming up for you guys in the future.
That's so funny. He's getting paid his first paycheck today.
There you go. Maybe you're going out for dinner tonight. That's hilarious. And the next big card that I got is the Wheel of Fortune, immediately followed by the Six of Swords. So you are not the one in control of how these things are going to flow forward. So you have to be more discerning about what you are in control of and what you aren't in control of. Do you get that?
Okay.
And
Yes.
when
Be
you
more
aren't, I want you to
discerning and caring about what I'm
yes.
going through instead of freaking out and being like, I'm out of control. Oh shit.
Yeah, right. And what's the answer to I am out of control? Oh shit. Take a deep breath, get back into
In alignment.
You got it. You got it. That's it. Great cards, darling. I have this chat with you. You might want to, if to open the water, you might have her watch the stream afterwards, and she'll get an idea. This isn't, Mom, I need birth control because I'm going to start dating somebody. It's, Mom, I need to protect myself from all the technicalities that life will bring, and I need all this information in order. Can you help me put that together? Right.
Okay.
All right. And she's going to help you figure out what all those little details are. And I could, you definitely need a will that says, this is what I want for myself and my existence. Right. And that'll be part of your financial plan, your life plan, etc. It's good stuff. Good morning. Good morning to Nettie and Pooja. Hi. Say goodbye to Jazz. We'll see you again next week. And we're going to jump to, I got Amanda sitting on board, and then I'm going to do Triva. And if Nettie and Pooja, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, want to come on for a reading, I'll get you guys in the order that you came into the live. And you can either come on live or stay in the chat. When just be patient, Pooja, and we will do we'll pull some cards for you after I read for Nettie, if Nettie's decided to stick around. All right, we're gonna bring Amanda on. Amanda, whose life is going crazy. It's, there's nothing more exciting than doing something that you want to do, that you feel called to do, and you have no idea how it's going to come together. Right.
Yeah.
So don't focus on the I have no idea, and focus on the, oh, this is so cool. Focus. Just see the switch is.
Yeah, I went live last night and
I saw.
saw me.
I did. I was going to come in, but I didn't have time. I was busy working on. I had to go in. I had a client sent me a message and said, I need a reading. So I had to go and respond to that. So while I was in there waiting for her to respond, your live popped up, and I thought, oh, I should go in. I should go in. But she responded right away, and I didn't. And then I finished, and I forgot all about you. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But I saw you. You look pretty good.
Thanks. Yeah, it got wild for a minute. I mean, there was like almost 100 people in there, and there was like all these people asking questions. I was like, how do you stay up with the chat, read it? It was like crazy.
Dude, wait till you see these freaking cards. This is your partnership.
Yeah.
Was your live alone last night, or were you sharing with your partner?
I started alone. She had some stuff to do with her daughter, and then eventually she came up after. And then when she came up, it slowed way down because it wasn't the yes no questions that everybody wants the free answers to. That's like spam, spam, spam. It slowed down into, okay, let's get into some mediumship readings, and then everybody left.
Yeah. So you need to create. You need there's the Deuce of Wands coming up here. This is telling you right out of the gate, you're going to get way more. What you are being called to do is about you. It's not about a they, right? Yep. Yes, the partnership's important. This dance is important. This means something to you. It means something to her. This needs to grow and build, but you need to be in charge of your own ticket. So you need to plan. No, I'm going live by myself at this time. So don't come in and make me insult you by saying, no, I'm staying alone on this one. Don't come in and participate, and have her on board. And she should be doing her own as well.
Yeah. I've told her that. We've talked about that, and that's something we want to do. And I just know that she's going through a tough time right now, separating and divorcing and going through some stuff. And so, like, I'm like, go ahead, do your thing. And she's like, well, I feel better. I'm more like laughing. It's like also just because of my energy, right? My energy is something that draws a lot of people in, and including her. So, yeah.
This is what you are. This is what you are about to give birth to and create through these actions and activities is absolutely freaking insane. And the speed with which this is all going to come together, right? I don't know if this is telling you to figure out a way to do it. Maybe try a simulcast so that you can do two different broadcasts at the same time. It's more work. I'll warn you now. But there's
a phone. I don't have a computer, so.
So you're stuck doing the single you can't do a simulcast without that, right? But this is a wheel of motion with an ending to it. You know these cards almost as well as I do, I think. This is the 10 of Swords.
I get tarot readings all the time, but I don't really understand the cards because I've never drawn to cards.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, you when we start up Tarot Phenoms next month, you're going to come and join us, and you're going to learn what the cards, at least so that you can understand what you're looking at in the cards. The Knight of Swords is air, and it's fast, and it's warm, so it's a positive card. It's coming on the heels of a sun, so it's almost in a sense of grounding because the sun is so hot. The warmth cools the sun down ever so slightly. So you already have in your head ideas about how you want to fix and how you want to alter what you're already doing.
Well, last night, that fast-paced environment, which is one of the reasons when I was younger, I loved cooking and I love to cook. But I like to cook one good meal, right? I don't like to be on a line where it's fast-paced. It's like peak hour, and then you got to go boom, 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 boom. No.
That's not what you want to do.
I want to get to know people. I want to read their energy. I want to help them. I don't want to give these quick answers. Every question last night was, does so and so like me? Is so and so going to contact me? And that's only the thing.
That's what I said. Everybody wants to know, is he cheating on me? And dude, if you're thinking he's cheating on you, he might as well be. And the other one is, am I having a baby?
Yes, the baby thing. And I'm like, look, everything happens in divine timing. The children pick you before they come into this life, and they know when to come into your life, when you're ready for it. You may know that, but there's no sense in trying to plan it out. I mean, you can get in your cycles and look at that, but it's going to happen in divine timing. They know the timing, and allow yourself to open up to receive that when it's ready.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the Knight of Swords is coming up here. There's knowledge, there's expression. You need, I'm thinking you need a schedule. You need to be able to tell people this is when I'm live. You haven't got a website yet. You still haven't.
I need to get a website. I need to get something to click on. I need to get something to schedule one-on-ones with and all that.
I can help you with all that super minimal cost. I can help you. The Ten of Swords, this is an ending. This is a change to, this is you losing what you know you don't want to continue, right? You really want the focus. You want the intensity of the one-on-one that you're capable of getting if you were broadcasting on YouTube. You are never going to see that on TikTok. I promise you, because everybody needs to know if he's cheating on me.
Yeah, it's definitely a vibe when you put it out, the free yes, no's, and then everybody floods your chat.
Exactly. Right. And I you know, what do you do with a yes, but when you've got a flooded chat, right? You already know this. So it's a matter of getting one with where you're going and how you're going to put it into order, your plan. Ace of Swords popping up here in the shadow cards. You need to write a plan. And then I got the Three of Swords following on. This is the plan has you deciding to put an ending to, right? So maybe you end up where you're just doing the TikToks in the shared chat, but then you're doing the one-on-ones on YouTube or StreamYard through Stream, right?
I wanted the
Steam
psychic fairs. I'd love to do that.
Absolutely. That's key.
Love meeting people in person. And then also I see myself like, because I have a lot to say and it impacts a lot of people, because I have a lot of knowledge, especially the last several years when I've had my seizures and I haven't gone anywhere. So what have I done? Absorbed, I've learned, I've remembered who I am, I've come into power, and I have so much. I realize that all the stuff I've learned, people have no idea about. And I'm like, to me, it's like, how is it's common knowledge like at this point for me, but it's so impactful to others, and people are just saying, you know, even your words help me, you know, tonight. Like I really needed to hear that. And so I want to go out and give speeches. Like I want to go have groups. I want people to come see me, hear me. I want to do that, you know, out in like in person. Not the online thing's great to reach a broad audience. I get it. But like, I want to travel. I want to travel and be there for people. I want to show up for people. I want people to be around me. I want people to feel my energy. I know people can feel it through a screen, but to feel it in person is just so much more impactful. And that's what I want to do.
Yeah. So that's what you need the plan for. And you've got to figure out, once you figure out what's the best way to do this, right? Like my using StreamYard turned out to be magical because now I can actually talk to people and I don't have to deal with the, am I having a babies? Is he cheating on me? Yes, he's cheating on you, Bish. Jeez.
You're literally putting that energy out there because that's what you get back. Even if it's negative, you're creating it.
Exactly. I am going to get you. I've got Triva has asked, is it a TikTok live stream? Drop your TikTok handle into the chat so the people watching can grab your handle and watch your lives on TikTok.
Sure. I think Triva actually just followed me the other day.
There you go. So she'll get notified when you get live.
Yeah, because right now I think I'm in StreamYard. I have to go back to YouTube since I'm on my phone. I'll put it in there after our conversation.
There you go. All righty. Cool. All right. Set an appointment with me. We'll sit down and I'll talk to you about what the details that you're dealing with, and see if we can help you focus that mess. Oh my gosh.
I know my
Oh, this will work. But yeah, this is you. This is you're not ending your partnership with your friend. You're creating another channel for yourself, right?
Yeah.
So bring that energy with you. That is going to be absolutely key.
Yeah.
Treva, are we going to be bringing you on live? And good. You have a great day. And I will go. I'll go kick you out of here live. You can stay on and watch in StreamYard if you choose. Up to you. All right.
I'm gonna go YouTube, put my handle in chat. So
yeah, drop that in the chat for everybody. Treva, if you're going to come on live, there is the StreamYard link, and we'll bring you in as soon as you can get online here. And so Treva's been through a week and a half, you guys. The last couple of weeks, she meant to get in last Tuesday, and because of the mental state that she was in, she couldn't remember or didn't connect with the day, so she didn't come in. She sent me, you guys feel free to contact me if you're connected to me on the socials. Feel welcome to contact me, send me a message and say, hey, how you doing? And if you're not connected with me on the socials, get connected on the socials. Anyway, I'm hoping to feel amazing, crazy energies out of Treva, because she's one of the first people we gave that new breathing exercise to. And we're going to bring her in now. So everybody say hi to Treva. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing, sweetheart?
A little better.
Good.
I went out yesterday and took a walk into nature, and just the feeling that I got was, I'm like, wow. I felt in the moment, and for that 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I wasn't missing my mom. I was just, it was,
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's what we're looking for. That's what we want to feel all day, every day, no matter what is coming around our head and around our bodies. We want to be here, right?
Yeah.
That love center is the greatest power that we have in our existence, and being one with it, as you have noticed, is the easiest thing to do. All we've got to do is get ourselves out of the way.
Yeah.
Right. Are you feeling an internal conflict when you're not in? Like, how is it pulling at you?
I feel like I'm in the darkest cave and I can't swim out of it.
Okay. All right. So the goal at that point is to become one with where you are, so that it's okay, right? You're not afraid of the dark.
No.
Generally. You can swim like a fish. Right?
Yeah.
So why are you afraid of the dark and needing to swim? You feel that, right? That's right up here. And you can feel the difference, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, when you start to feel like that, the first thing you say to yourself is, why am I afraid of the dark? Stop telling me I'm afraid of the dark. I'm not afraid of the dark. I know what's in the dark, and I'm quite comfortable with the dark. Thank you very much. Now sit down, be quiet. That's an alignment exercise, right? If you feel like you got to swim to get somewhere, you don't need to swim. Float on your back. The river's going to take you where you're going anyway.
Yeah.
Right? You already know this. So you've got the tools to bring yourself out of the fear and the darkness by simply getting into alignment. And you were one of the first people that I gave the 4-4-8 breathing exercise to.
I did that out there in nature yesterday.
Yeah, and effective is crazy, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Blew me away how much more effective it was than my 4-4-4-4.
I just sat out there in the sun, and I'm like, it was just,
it felt like you were home.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were. That's oh, my body just all over. It is the when the ego inception happens, we recognize that we are actually living in this meat suit, and we are not the ones in control. But the fear instinct, which is, that's there to protect us. You know, somebody's shooting at you, you got to run. That's what the fear is for.
You know, that started at the age of 2.
Of likely somewhere between the age of 0 and 7 is when we have our ego.
I had Akashic records done once, and
there you
they
go.
picked up abandonment at the age of 2.
Mm-hmm. And that explains everything, right? What are you most afraid of? Your biggest fear vis-a-vis me and the help that I have, that you have gotten for yourself by listening to me, is that I'm going to abandon you.
Yep. Because
That's your
everybody
ego.
else has.
That's right. That's your ego inception. But who has never abandoned you? Feel for that answer. Who has always been with you all day, every day? You. Yeah, that is you. That is you at the highest element possible within yourself, right? Think about it. Without this meat suit body that you are living in, what remains is that.
Yeah.
That's you. And you are eternal. Right.
Yeah.
And you don't need to be a Christian or a Muslim or anything to grasp this philosophical concept that within your human body, there are two spirits fighting for control. And one is not going to fight. That one is going to let you do whatever you choose to do. That's the free will part.
Yeah.
So like I told Jazz at the top of the hour, you got to slow it down and choose how you want to feel in every single situation. Otherwise, your meat suit, your pointy little head, is going to do the choosing for you. And you are going to end up in the dark feeling like you got to swim your ass off, afraid of the dark, afraid of the swim, when neither one scares you. Right? So it's like, whoa, 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 pointy little head. I'm in control here. We are not afraid. It is not dark. And frankly, it's not even wet. You get it?
Mm-hmm.
And that is, I'm going to assume too, your medication is helping a bit as well.
I think it's starting to again.
Okay. Right. So part of the in control you're going to discover is that the more you go, my issue with SSRIs is that as time goes by, if you don't do the personal control fix, that drug is designed to help you get out of your head in order to fix, you end up more and more dependent on the SSRIs, and they have to keep bumping up how much you're taking in order for you to feel better, right?
Yeah.
If you are able to slow yourself down enough using the SSRI so that you can visually calm yourself and see what your situation is and choose how you're going to move through it.
Yeah, that's why I started adding in vitamins.
There you go. Well, the vitamins, you have to. I would definitely have your doctor sit you down with a nutritionist and help you get the right vitamins.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you can't be an expert in everything. And certainly I am not. I do know that the B12 requires vitamin C in order for your body to absorb it.
B12 too?
You may not need a B12, but
no, I'm B12 deficient.
Yeah.
And I have to have an injection every month, but I don't take vitamin C.
Yeah, you should. In order for your body to truly absorb the B vitamins, you need the vitamin C, right? And you can just eat citrus fruit. Will give it to you if you like oranges, grapefruit, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You can actually ingest upwards of 5 grams of vitamin C a day, and it flushes right through your system.
So if I had a nice good glass of orange juice,
if you take orange juice, every morning, first thing when you get up, instead of having a cup of coffee, have a glass of orange juice, and then if you're a coffee drinker.
No.
You're not, eh?
I used to drink tea. I don't know where that everything just stopped.
That's the interesting thing. When we lose the ego inception loses itself so much that the pointy head is the meat suit is the one in control. It has no concept because it's alone. Nobody's coming to save you, and it has to take care of everything, but it doesn't know what to do.
No.
Right? So you're like a chicken with your head cut off. And you're actively choosing.
Pretty much.
And but you grasp the concept that you are actively choosing to feel that way. Right? So the drugs slow you down enough that you can use it as a crutch, but it is a crutch. Know that. right? You might end up with them for the rest of your days.
Yeah.
But the trick is to take advantage of the fact that it slows you down, turns the noise down enough that you can grab your own bootstraps and take control of the emotion in the moment.
Yeah.
Right. And that is the key. A lot, they don't tell you that. They go, oh, go meditate. They don't tell you what your goal is of meditation. And people sit there, cross-legged doing the om thing, and they never grasp the concept of the sync, that plugging yourself into yourself that you felt yesterday. That's the goal.
Yeah.
And it only takes a couple of seconds. Once you get good at it, it's instantaneous. It's like, whoa, I'm out of alignment. And it's comfort, and it's home, right? It's safe, it's comfortable. And I'll tell you what, especially with all of the insanity going on in the world right now, the best thing, anything you need to do, if you need to turn off the social media, if you need to lock your door and hide yourself inside in order to calm yourself enough that you can grasp that home space, that's what you need to do. That needs to be your personal commitment to self.
Yeah.
Because that's you. That's the only part of you that is real and eternal.
I want to get back on and I want to sing on live stream, but I don't. Whatever fear is holding me back, it's got a big freaking hold on me.
Yeah, it's because you have had you've had a lifetime of other people telling you you're not good enough.
Yeah.
Right. And the beauty of singing releases in those endorphins that you need released into your system. They are automatically created in every fascia of your body when you sing.
Yeah.
Did you know this? They are working with autistic kids in the state, nonverbal autistic kids in an autistic center in California, where nonverbals can't speak, but they can sing.
I've seen that. That's beautiful.
Okay. I mean, I get chills just thinking about it.
Me too. And
right?
I get Jacob to sing with me once in a while, and I wish he would do it more often because it really helps him.
It does. And here you cannot bring, you can bring Jacob to water. You can't make Jacob drink.
No.
Jacob has his own spirit that needs to help him. And he's got to find his own spirit. He can't use yours. Well, he can borrow yours, but it will not have the same impact as committing to his own.
Yeah.
Right. Self-motivation is the key. Yeah. You want to be in power. You want to be in control. You want to win what you are here to win. And you can't win if somebody else is in control.
Yeah.
Right. So this is it all becomes nuance at a certain point. Right. It's internal nuance. What do I say to myself? Right. Anything that you're saying to yourself that's negative, you got to stop yourself and go, whoa.
Yeah.
You don't let yourself say things to yourself that you would punch somebody in the mouth for. Right. You don't let people on the internet give you emotional anxiety, pain, or stress when you're perfectly capable of just going, block.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Focusing on them. So taking your power requires that when that block is hit, that you don't give it back.
Yeah.
Right. Once you cut them off, they no longer exist.
Yeah.
Right. And choosing to allow their existence back. Right. Like I saw one of your videos the other day while I was checking my messages on TikTok, and you commented that when you started that the 3 people came in as anonymous people and you knew who they were because you could feel their energy.
Yeah.
You when you get that and your brain goes, oh, that's you, just block it right out of the gate. Just block it.
Yeah.
Right.
I block but they have multiple accounts.
I just block them all. Dude, I have the largest block list on Twitter. Over I was going to say 500,000. Over 250,000 people blocked on Twitter.
Yeah.
I have basically got the population of the United States on my block list on Twitter. Why? Because I haven't got time for that.
No, exactly.
Right? I would far rather spend an hour in a day blocking numpties that I never ever have to deal with ever again.
Yeah.
Because they can't tweet to me.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, they're going to create other profiles.
yeah.
I learned that from a crazy dentist back when I was running bulletin boards for Simpatico back in the day. Do you remember the Simpatico bulletin boards on Bell?
Yeah.
Okay. So I ran a couple of the boards there. And this crazy dentist and his, we call it the crazy dentist and his crack whore. That's from it's from a movie. Anyway, this guy, we would block him and he'd go create another account.
Yeah.
And as quick as we would block him, as quick he would create. This is early social media trolling. Now, they've already got the burner counts in anticipation that somebody's going to block them.
Mm-hmm.
So you can block the first one and then the second one comes back and you can block that, but they get 4 more in the wings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of them are running whole banks, like 500, 600.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like we like to think, oh, yeah, they're just bot farms, but there's a human being behind every one of those.
Yeah.
And you just got to keep blocking until they're either going to get tired of creating new accounts to come after you, right?
Yeah.
Or they're going to run out of accounts. Either or, when you become more work than it's worth to them, they go away. If why are they going to keep coming? Because if I come, it doesn't matter. She's not getting triggered. I'm not getting the desired result anymore. You see that?
Yeah.
So do your singing, like bring it to the table, because you feel it, you know it, you're called to it. And I don't care anybody watching this who thinks, well, I'd like to sing, but I can't carry a tune. Nobody cares. It's not about you carrying a tune. It's about you singing.
Mm-hmm.
You get it? You feel the truth that I'm slapping down at you here.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're the only one holding you back. This is the shit or get off the pot card. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, and look at that. 4 of coins. Look at this. There's an actual musician on this card. Calling to you. Come sing the music. Come home. Come sing with me. Look at this. This.
Yeah.
And you look beautiful. Park your fear at the door. Look at, this is your choice. You can be this or you can be this. This is your choice right now. You got to choose one over the other. 4 and a 9. And here, watch this. Between, this is a 4. This is a 9. So what you're not seeing in between is a 5. And that 5 is all about the chaos. But where's the chaos coming from? You are creating it. You're either creating it or somebody else is creating it and you're allowing it.
That's it.
Right? And the self-communication is, I don't care. I'm going to sing. Because look how amazing you look and feel and are when you're singing. Right? Yeah. So this becomes a simple decision. And I go from 9, 10, 11, 12. This is a 3. So the 3 becomes a celebration. As soon as you get off the pot and become this, there's a celebration. This ceases to have power because you're celebrating what you intend to celebrate with your singing. And you feed all your fascia at the same time. This like the physical healing of singing is insane. I was stunned. If you remind me at some point in a message, I'll see if I can get I'll see if I can find the study on it. But I mean, singing is one of the best things that you can do for your body. So sing, right? Okay. You still have this emperor to deal with. This is a judgment. This is putting things into place, putting things into order, and you have to deal with this. You still haven't dealt with it.
Oh, you mean the marriage? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Here's the priest.
The fake marriage?
Yeah, here's the priest.
Yeah.
Right? That's the 2 of them working together. Right? One's a 4, one's a 5. You know the space between these 2. And watch this. The second you close that space, I get the Fool card, which is the whole world opening up to you, all the possibilities you are right back, stepping through your ego inception, in control, everything you need to live your best life. Look at that. And here's Lainey coming along. You got her dragging her along by the collar, whether she wants to come or not. Right? Hi, Lainey. Yeah, what a pup. She's beautiful. And with that power, look at this. You can take on the world. This is you defeating all your own demons.
Yeah.
Regardless of who anybody else is cheering for. Right? This isn't about them. This isn't about the battle. This is about you knowing that this is about you. Right? And all you got to do is get into alignment. And then you get all your wishes. Look at this 9 of Cups right out of there.
Wow.
Wow. Crazy good cards, darling. I
Thank
love
you.
it. So, everybody, I'm going to repeat the breathing exercise for you. Everybody, do this with me. You're going to inhale to the count of 4. You're going to hold to the count of 4, and then a long, slow exhale to the count of 8. All right. And we're going to inhale, hold, exhale, inhale, hold, exhale. And over, feel the calmness, feel the peace that you have just created in your own body.
Yeah.
You just visibly went down like 3 notches of comfort. Just doing that cycle twice.
Yeah.
Right? Look how calm Lainey is feeling your energy.
Oh, definitely.
Right? She's going to be the first one to pick up. Hey, Lainey.
Hey, baby. Aww.
Yeah. She's going to be the first one to pick up on your energy. Oh, see that? Do you see that yawn, you guys?
Yeah.
That is how you know a dog has relaxed. It will yawn.
Yeah.
Crazy, huh?
It is. Thank you, Mia.
Oh, much love to you, sweets. Practice. 8 of coins jumping out here for you. It's all practice, practice, practice. You can't make good bread the first loaf. You got to make a bunch of loaves of bread before you get real good at baking bread. You get it?
Yeah.
Keep practicing that. It's going to get better and easier and more amazing as time goes by. Embrace all of it because it's all you, darling. All you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All righty. You have a great day. You know where to find me if you need
You
me.
as well. Yeah.
Love to you, darling.
Love to you too.
All righty. Who we got on deck? We got Nettie. Nettie, you still waiting to come on for us? Hi, James. Good morning. Good to see you today. All right. If Nettie, if you are still here and you are going to want to come on live, I've just dropped the address in the chat, or you can stay in the chat. Choice is yours. Nettie, are you still with us, darling? Nettie, are you on? You guys, if you are waiting for me to raid for you, I want you to check the live stream in the bottom corner and make sure that it actually says that you are live and that it's not on a delay. Double check that you're live, Nettie. And you want to come on with me or stay in the chat. That's entirely up to you. I need you to click on that link if you're going to come on live. It'll take a couple of seconds to get you in here. And then I'll read for Pooja and then James thereafter. See if anybody comes in. I'm here until noon today, you guys. Reading tarot cards. These are free, very powerful cards. All right. And I think, Nettie, you've got a delay on your stream, unfortunately. All right. Well, we're going to start. And if you want to come on live, click on the link and I'll see you come in, but I'll start your cards for you either way. Oh, you got the Hangman too. So this is, whoa, why are these coming out? Look at that. You have to, something calling to you. Yeah, you're going to stay in chat. Have I got, is this a court case of some kind that you've got dealing with? Do you have to talk to your boss? This is something powerful. There's something that you have to do, something that you are being called to do that you've got to make real. And it has to do with somebody. You got to talk to somebody else who is in power to make this thing happen. Do you know what I'm referring to here, Nettie? Do you know what I'm referring to? You don't have to type it into the chat. You just need to know what I'm referring to. So if you know what I'm referring to, say yes. Do. Do you know what we're referring to, Nettie? Nettie, you've got a delay on, I think. You need to click on the live button. Drag your arrow over to the end of the thing so that you're on live. It'll be flashing live if you're on live, my darling. Ooh, this is a choice. This is you don't have to do anything. The hangman says you can stay here hanging upside down. It's perfectly comfortable. You don't know what this is referring to. There's something that you got to do, something that you are being called to do. These are 2 4s. And whether it is somebody else that is in charge that you've got to go to get permission, or if it's you who's not letting yourself be in charge, that you need permission to get in charge, there is the element of you've got to make this decision. I can't make it for you. You're feeling the call, you're hearing the music, you want to dance, you want to do, but you can't pull it together. Are we talking about your alignment here? And you're not grasping that this is an all day, every day. You've got to commit to this and make your alignment be the most important thing to your existence. Or this is tattletale energy. You've got to speak out and make your voice heard by somebody in power. Now, if it's you and this is referring to your alignment, it's a matter of telling your head, I don't want to hear the stinky thinking. The stinky thinking is not on. We're not taking, you're not allowed to tell me anything negative at all ever again. If it's somebody else, you need to take your control back. You need to demand this power. And your spirit, look at the lucky squirrel. So in tarot cards, there's a magical card, and it's an outstanding joke. Somebody actually painted one in their tarot cards at one point. We call it the happy squirrel card. And it magically gets created out of the ether based on what we want, where we want to go, where we want to be. All right. And here's the we create our own luck. We create our own path in existence. And your spirit, your eternal spirit, you heard me telling Triva about her internal power and her taking this power. You have to take this power and own this power and decide exactly what you want to do. Do you get what I'm laying down here for you, Nettie? Because once you've got it, you become the creator. You become the one in charge. Right? What are you trying to create? Is this a job? Is this a baby? Is this just a happy existence? Right? You got to be brave enough to take the power and create it for yourself. If you can't create it, it's because there are things that are out of your control or out of your power that you can't pull together. But you got to be brave enough to go after the things that are in your power. How you think, how you feel, what you do. These are things that you have power over. Nobody can take those 3 things away from you. Do you catch this? Are you with me, Nettie? Do. And then it's just a matter of deciding to pick up the torch and walk down that pathway, because it's your pathway. It's not mine. It's nobody else's pathway. Nobody else can decide how you're going to walk your pathway or which pathway you're going to choose. But you have to be the one in control choosing that pathway. And you already know it. And I don't know what you have holding in your mind that is keeping you from grasping this whole point. But just the alignment practice alone, I promise you, will so change your life for the better. You have no idea. That this brings me back here. Unless this is an actual judge and you got to sue somebody's butt because they're a butthead, this is you taking control of your existence, planting the seeds for your future, and walking forward in full knowledge that this is your life. Does this make sense to you, Nettie? And it's going to transform your life. This is where you get your comfort. This is where you get everything that you need. This is how you heal your ego inception. This is how you become the one in control. Who is this that you're trying to control? You have a boyfriend, a partner, a son who is probably the love and the light of the world, but has issues with alcohol or drugs. This knight in shining armor, this is a control issue that you've got to emotionally go after. If you don't control your emotions, they will control you. This makes sense to you, darling? Now, I don't know if Nettie is managed to catch up. And again, the alignment card comes back, right? So it's a practice at every step of the way. And in alignment, you are capable of it's like having a driver's license. It's like having the knowledge and the power to drive the car. And by the way, the more you practice, the better you get at staying in alignment, the bigger and more complicated your life will become, because now you know that you're capable of handling it. Does this make sense to you? All righty. Nettie, good luck to you. Get into alignment and figure out what this control issue is, and if you need to see somebody in order to fix what this issue is for you, or if this is just internal and you taking control and power over your life, because this is so important and nobody else can do this for you. This is just for you to do. Alrighty. Pooja, are you still with us, darling? And you feel free to type in a response for me there, Nettie. If you got anything that you want to add, feel free. And Pooja, you are here. You're going to stay in the chat as well. Fine. Not an issue. Whoa. Are you, have you got a wedding coming up? Are you looking at a wedding in the future? Why am I got these two cards jumping out of here at me? Is there a wedding in your near future? Are you looking for a relationship? Why am I reading your cards for you this morning? You're welcome, Nettie. I'm going to assume that the thank you means you get what I was putting down for you. Pooja, darling, is there a wedding? Yes or no? And I'm going to, again, Pooja, if I want you to make sure that your video is alive so that you're looking for a suitable, so you are looking for a partnership. Well, the first thing that I'm going to tell you to do is to do the alignment exercise. Get into alignment all day, every day. Everybody wants a long-term relationship. Get into alignment. Easy peasy. Look at that. 6 of Swords. Dude, you've already got somebody in your midst. You are in control. All you got to do is bring this boy home. Who is this? Who has got their cap set on you? All you got to do is open your eyes. There's something about it you're not sure about. You're afraid. There's a control issue. You want to know what the cards I got? I got a 6 of Swords followed by a Magician followed by the 7 of Coins. This is right in front of you. All you've got to do is go with the flow and let the magic happen. And this is you. But look at this celebration card. So who are you ignoring? Who is trying to get it going with you that you are thinking, no, that's not the one. They don't quite suit what I want. They're not quite I'd rather wait alone and unhappy until I know. What are you looking to know about this relationship that you don't know, that you can't accept, whoever this lovely person is? Who's this Magician? Who is this person that thinks that you are all that, a bag of chips, and you don't seem to think that they are an option? What are we looking at here? Are they married? Or are they, and oh, that'd be interesting. If they're married and they're untouchable because they're already married, this becomes a question of, are you willing to settle to be wife number 2? You want to change location also, but it's getting delayed. Well, this works. The change of location, that's a matter of going with the flow. Until that delay ceases to be a delay, you've got to go with the flow and keep your focus on right here, right now, because you aren't going anywhere. But as far as this relationship goes, do you know who this is that's interested, that wants to be with you, that wants to give you everything that they can possibly give in life, and you're not allowing them in? Do you know who this is? Yes or no? As far as changing location, this will happen. You're the one that holds the cards. All you got to do is end the delay. How do you have control over the delay? That's another question altogether. You haven't met somebody. Well, the cards say that you have met somebody. You're just not recognizing them. So you just got to go with the flow, and they're going to make their presence known. The go with the flow card screams of get in alignment. The 6 of Cups screams get in alignment. The 10 of Cups promises you the peace, the comfort, the joy, the power that comes from being in alignment. The Magician is going to throw the move, the partner that you're looking for. This is right. This is just going to create chaos for you, right? You've got this bringing a partner, changing your location is going to create chaos for you. So there's a 5 that you're not seeing between these 2 cards. And communication, right? There's the 5 screams. You got to let that person know that you are available, or they've got to let you know that they are available, but they are so there, right there. The 7 comes into play. You just got to bring in the harvest, right? The 7, there's a celebration between the 7 of Coins and the 10 of Cups that creates the energy of that celebration, right? So perhaps the simple move, right? Why is the move delayed? Why is the focus on the move, right? So the card suggests that you actually believe that if you don't move, if your location doesn't change, that you're going to be alone, right? Whereas you're not alone. So just on the basis of that element of reality alone, you're lying to yourself and telling yourself that I need to change location in order for this to happen, when your spirit already knows that this is going to happen regardless of where you live, because this person is already there. Are they tied together? Only you can find that out depending on, but you got to get into alignment and allow the going with the flow. And they're going to present as soon as they're ready. They are going to punch you in the face with the clarity of, oh my gosh, I really like this someone. I want to be with this someone. And the speed with which this comes together, if you allow it. There's a second 6 between the Magician and the 7 of Coins, right? So then you've got to decide, well, is this the right guy? Are you keeping him held away because you are telling the universe, I want a very specific person to be this person, and the person that the universe has waiting for you doesn't fit the bill, ergo they can't deliver them to you. Do you catch this? This so much to get into alignment and allow everything to come to you as it's going to come. The second you put controls on it, the second you put parameters on it, you're going to change the way that this works. Do you get it? And how do you get into alignment? Easiest ways, do the breathing exercise. You're going to inhale for the count of 4. You're going to hold your breath for the count of 4. And then you're going to slowly exhale to the count of 8. And your focus is going to be so completely on your breathing that you can't think about anything else. To catch this? And you're going to do it on and breathe, do the exercise over and over again until you are calm enough to choose what you're going to think about. You catch this? And this is where, right, 7 of Wands is, you know, you got to kiss a lot of frogs before you find your prince. You get this? So the practice becomes allowing, but ensuring that you tell the universe, yeah, right? If you're going to put parameters on something, it's because I don't want a wife beater, period. You know, I don't want, if you say, you know, it's just as easy to fall in love with a rich man as a poor man. But if the guy waiting in the wings is a poor man and you say to the universe, I don't want a poor man, it needs to be a rich man, but your future lies in getting together with the poor man because he's got everything that you need, then you are intentionally blocking him by choosing for the universe who the universe is going to give you, when what you want to focus on is how you're going to feel when you're with them, not on who they are. Do you get that? And that's your practice. And I got the move happening for you here. And part of that is if your focus is on having a relationship before you move, are they going to want to move with you when you move? Are we talking about just changing apartments, or are we talking about changing cities and or countries and or even continents, right? Like how far afield are you planning on moving? You really got to get one with all these little thoughts that are laying out for you here in order to free the universe to deliver and manifest what it is that you are trying to manifest with your future, darling. And this is a practice. And this is my melody card. This is your internal power. This is everything that you want, everything that you deserve, everything that you own. And you just got to become one with yourself. And it is all yours, in spite of right now, you might think that you don't have all of that. And that's the practice, you guys. So every hour on the hour for 2 weeks, guys, and it will become a habit. I promise you. Inhale slowly to the count of 4. Hold for the count of 4, exhale to the count of 8, and keep doing that over and over again. And then when you are in alignment, then draw the lines in the sand, right? Because you're focused on right here, right now, all that exists is you. That's when you draw the lines in the sand for the universe, not when you're not in alignment. Do you get it? Great cards for you, Pooja. Just get in alignment. Everything is going to fall into place with you. That card, by the way, is followed by the sun. This is everything that you want, right? This also comes with the warning, careful what you wish for. You know, you fly too close to the sun and your wings are going to melt, you know? Good luck to you, Pooja. These are great cards for you, darling. All righty. James. You want to come on live, honey? James is up next. You want to come on live? I'll put the link in here for you. There you go. You want to come on live? You want to stay in the chat? You're very welcome, Pooja. Practice, practice, practice. It's everything. Much love to you, darling. You can do chat. All right, we're going to keep you in chat then, James. Have you had a good week? I'm not feeling the same disruption I felt when I read for you last week. So this is actually positive. 8 of Wands. So you're actually, whoa, what are you creating? Ooh, look at this. Deuce of Cups followed by Judgment card. Dude. So we were talking about you gotta put yourself out there. You got to keep doing this, and you didn't get in touch with me. So I'm assuming that you figured out how to get it's neutral. Neutral is great. If you can get neutral, you're there, right? If you're not happy, you're not sad, you're unemotional, you are neutral. This is the goal. Everything balances to 0. Right? When you're down and you're anxious and nothing's working for you, then yeah, shooting for good feelings, better feelings than what you've got. If you can get to neutral, then you're not down here. Do you catch me? So neutral is actually a good place to be. But here comes the practice card. you know that you have to keep sending out those arrows. Are you sending out those arrows? Are you putting out the communications and the information? Are you working on your website? Is your music getting up there? Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it over and over and over again. And the more you do it, the more the universe understands that this is what you want to be doing. If making the music, no, you haven't. So this is me reminding you, you've got to do this. If you want to be playing music, if you want to be making music and doing photography for people, that you have to plant the seeds. You can't harvest a garden that you haven't planted. So this is about the planting. You got to keep doing it, and you got to keep doing it over and over again. And you already know that the less you do of this, right, the less opportunity you have to create what you're trying to create, right? So you got to plant these. There's a chaos between the two of these that I like to call communication. If you don't tell the universe what you want, the universe can't give you what you want. You got to keep telling it over and over and over again. And you got to do it like it means everything to you, that this is the most important. This is what I want. This is where I want to be. This is where I want to go. And how do I get there? I keep sending out the arrows of energy that say, this is what I want. And the universe sees you doing it, right? And says, oh, I get it. James wants to play the music, or James wants to do that's you coming up on wedding season, right? You should be booking weddings right now if you had it out, right? You got to listen to the call when the call comes in. And dude, you already know this, right? You got to stop feeling like you're on the outside looking in and go after what you want as if you're already on the inside. You want to feel like you are the successful musician, photographer, whatever that you already are, and behave accordingly. What does a successful person do? They do this. They do the money-making activities over and over and over again. And if they're not making money, then you keep putting it out there. You keep going. This is what I want to do. This is me. This is why I'm here today, James. I don't have a reading today. I have, today I've chosen that Tuesday mornings, I'm going to read for the people who are not in a financial position to hire me, because I'm not cheap. But the more I read, the more I get this out there, the more the universe understands that what I want to be doing is reading my tarot cards. So my tarot cards, I get messages. Oh, I need a reading. It's time for a reading. For some reason, people don't need to read around Christmas. I don't know what they get lost in the winter. But the second that I stop doing this practice, which is what happens when I end up doing my Christmas shows, right? The universe goes, oh, you want to be doing the Christmas shows? Here, do the Christmas shows, right? I have to do this. I have to consistently do this over and over again. In your case, I need that music happening. I need the photographs happening. If there's got to be people out there that need what you are putting out there. You should be doing a open mic night once a week for the music. You should be connect yourself with a religious group or somebody and volunteer to do weddings for them, right? If you want to be doing this, do it. The universe will make it viable for you. And don't be afraid of what might happen or what might go wrong, because things don't go wrong unless we choose to see them as going wrong. Look at you, dude. This is your potential. This is the king of, look at this. You own a money tree. You are talented. You take great photographs. You play lovely music. My God, you can play things that I have seen people rack their brains trying to play, right? And you own a money tree. You know where your talents are. You've just got to do them. Practice them. Look at over your head. Look, family portraits. I never thought I'd say that to you, but you should be offer family portraits. How many people out there go to Sears to get their family portraits done? I guarantee you, out of the gate, if you were offering family portraits at the same price as Sears, you'd be so busy. You'd be your money tree. You catching this? You got to do it. Do it. Keep doing it over and over again. This is your freedom. This is your forward movement, right? This is your contract with yourself, right? You got to put an end to what's not working and focus on what is working. What is working? Well, you don't know because you are not doing enough telling the universe what it is that you really, really want, because you're letting your pointy little head keep you from doing this. But you got to do this over and over and over again. You got to go, this is the Knight of Wands in its, you don't go after this with a vengeance. It can't happen. It can't come to you. This is where your wholeness, this is where your completion lies. So you have to feel like you are whole, feel like you are complete. And here's the other 8. Practice, 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 right? So it's the same thing. It's the same thing for your alignment. It's the same thing for telling the universe that this is what you want to be doing for a living, right? And you got to be what you choose to be. You get it? Plant the seeds. I get the page of coins up here again. Plant the seeds and deal with what comes when it comes, right? Don't be afraid of what might happen, what could happen, what should have happened. Focus on what is happening. Yeah, exactly. Right. And if you need practice, if you need study, practice is everything. But this is a hermit, right? This is your abundance comes from, right, what you put your focus, your practice, your knowledge into play here, right? And here, I love this about the hermit here. You'll notice that there's a pathway right here for you to walk down, right? Is this representative of church aisles and you doing wedding pictures, right? What do you need to know? What do you need to bring into your practice to give you that fulfillment and completion, right? Do you need to develop your own film? Now you're working on digital, so that's not something that you need to do, but maybe adding it. I'm getting the photographs here, right? The photography. Maybe you need the photography to be part of the base so that you can actually play the music, because that's really what you love doing, right? But however you look at it, you got to feel your way through it, relax into it, and allow it to come the way it's going to come. And this is where you get your freedom, right? And then it's just, this is just everything coming together for you. And now you're on the path, and you can't help but be busy because everything's coming together. And you look, and here's the music card, right? Here's the piece and the music. Is there a partner that you need to be working with as far as the music goes? I mean, I got open mic night jumping out of my head. That's not coming out of there for no reason. Maybe there is an open mic night band that you can hook up with and maybe create, right? But you gotta put it all together, and you gotta do it. This is your challenge. Your challenge is taking it all, right? You're gonna be busy because you're gonna be doing it. You've got to do that website. You've got to get people knowing, I can do this music, I can do these photographs, and here's how you're going to find out. And once you get the website finished and pulled together, then you start driving traffic to the website. There's my music, go check out my photographs, right? And then when you get enough momentum going, then you're going to hire somebody to do the social aspect for you and keep posting your videos and your right? It's all practice, practice, practice. But you got to be brave enough to do it all and demand it from yourself. Right? You can't just look down at yourself and see how great you are in the mirror. You have to become one with yourself. This is the alignment of that all coming together. All of that nights and energies, they come together in this card, and you know this, right? And you got to keep yourself from going back to the woulda, shoulda, couldas, this is your challenge, is to not get caught in the woulda, shoulda, couldas, right? You weren't born into the same family as somebody else who is having an easy time getting their name out there. So you've got to create the noise. And how do you create the noise? You use allies, use contests. Careful with contests. I'm not sure what the contest rules are where you live, but you can, here, win your wedding photography, win a wedding musician, I'll write a song for your wedding. I don't know how this comes together for you, but you can marry the two of them together, right? You get the traveling musician cameraman, you get your musician and your photography in the same swoop, right? There you go. Makes everything easy for you. But this is your challenge. You got to fight for it, but the fight has to be a game. You're the one choosing the game, win the game. How do you win the game? You got to play the game to win and put your focus, right? So you want to travel. How you going to travel, right? You know that, right? You've got to set it up in such a way, like, where do you want to travel to, right? Maybe, whoa, dude, maybe this is a cruise ship. Maybe this is you doing music and photography on a cruise ship. Feel your way through how the magic and the energy is going to come together for you, and then put it together, right? Don't focus on what's not working. Focus on what you want to be doing and do more of that. You get it? And this. And in knowing that, that's half the battle. And here we are at 5 to 11. And I seem not to have anybody waiting in the wings for a reading. So, got any questions, James? Oh, you are welcome. You know what's funny? Look at that. This is, I love that you get this, right? I want you to get up. There was, I want you to get up in the morning, and I want you to focus. I mean, the first thing that you do when you get up in the morning is to get into alignment with yourself. And if you do not feel like doing what you need to be doing as if you were the successful photographer, musician, then you need to get into alignment with that, because that's your first move. And if you're not in alignment, you shouldn't be doing anything. Do absolutely nothing, but get into alignment and then do all of it. And that's how you're going to create everything. You become the high priestess, right? But you choose to be the high priestess. You choose the path that you're going to walk down. You choose why you are walking down that path, right? Routine is everything. Practice, 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 practice. But here's the beauty of it. None of anything is of any value unless you are doing it in alignment. You know that feeling when you are picking through a new song and you get it and it finally flows. That's what you're looking for. When you're snapping your photographs and you see that perfect image and you feel what you're seeing through that lens, right? That's what you're going for. I want you to cultivate that feeling all day, every day. Become so one with it that you can't get knocked out of alignment no matter what happens. I could see you playing the Kennedy Center at some point, if you build it, it will come. It has so much power in what I am seeing in these cards for you, right? But you got to build it. You've got to put it together. Jimmy Page said, if you put 15,000 hours into it, you'll become an expert. If you don't put the 15,000 hours into it, nobody's going to know who you are or what you're capable of doing it, right? You don't got to see it. You just got to feel it. You got to see yourself feeling it. You got to feel yourself being it and be it. Do you get this? This is so easy to do. I don't know why we, I suppose that we're here for the contrast, and without the contrast, we wouldn't have. But the contrast is there for us to realize that we're not focused. We're not doing what we want to be doing. We're not going where we want to be going. And how do we know what we want? We feel our way into it. You already know what you want. You feel it when you play your music. You feel it when you take your photographs, right? So do more of it. Keep doing more of it. right? And how do you get, and then you go, right? So put your music and your photographs up on TikTok, use YouTube, use the free tools that are available to you. And then when you get to the point where you are making money, then you're moving forward, then you can pay for the use, you know, in your position, right? Is there a better mic that you need? Well, you've got to put together the pile of cash to get the mic. How do you get the pile of cash to get the mic? You get the single job. You go, oh, I need that job. That's what it's going to pay for, right? And stop. Don't, you heard me say it to Treva earlier. Do not let yourself say things to yourself that you'd punch a stranger in the mouth for saying to you. Right? This is key. You are, I've seen you play that guitar, dude, and you are capable of absolute beautiful brilliance. Be the beautiful brilliance. Don't try to be. There's do or do not. There is no try, right? The second you start trying, you put something in your path to keep you from succeeding. Do you see that? That's what Yoda meant when he said, do or do not, there is no try, right? You want it, go after it, create it, be it. Easy peasy. I love this. And it is 11 o'clock. In 11 minutes, we can make a wish. Oh, James. Oh, man. And when you play Carnegie Hall, I expect tickets. And you can pay for my travel too. Get down to, right? It's how do you get to Carnegie Hall? You heard the old joke, practice, right? Put it out there, get it out there, get everybody knowing, you know, it's, I keep telling people, you just got to find the business. Like, you just got to, the person that is looking for you just has to know that you exist and they will find you, right? Absolutely, on the guest list. Right. And this is the lady that got me where I am. You see, and I owe this. What do they give for music? I owe this music award to my great tarot reader, Tina Brooks, who pushed me when nobody else even cared. Right. And then I'm gonna be sitting there telling you, James, I didn't push you. Because I really don't care if you make it or you don't. I make it. This is about me, right? I'm here because I'm capable. This is me telling the universe that this is what I want. This is what I want to do for a living, right? This is me telling the universe, I want to read my cards all day, every day. Why do I want to do this? I want to do this because I'm good at it. I want to do it because of how I feel when I watch people grab what are unhappy, poor, downtrodden existences. And just by getting into alignment, they manage to manifest for them the lives that they have always wanted. Do you get it? This isn't about me. This is about you. This is about you going, this is what I want. This is where I want to go. This is who I want to be. And all you got to do is use that breathing exercise to be it. Right? Easy peasy. Easy peasy. And you've got all the tools. This, it would have been much harder 100 years ago because you didn't have the internet to get your name and your voice and your photographs out there, right? You would have to do, you know, but you should be doing, I don't know, do charity events where you're playing your music. When I was a young girl, bands, in order to get known, would play in high schools. They would play, they would do concerts in shopping malls in order for people to see them and get to know who they were. You've heard of Bare Naked Ladies. They got their music out on the internet, and the right person heard them, the right person saw them, and boom, through the roof. Same thing happened to the Tragically Hip. Guys, if you don't know who the Tragically Hip is, oh my God, they're amazing. I met these guys when they were nobody. They were playing in a Schedule C bar, dark hellhole, where you got paid based on the number of drinks that you sold. And these guys are now that Gord Downey's gone, they're But they got their music out there by getting their music out there, right? It comes back to Jimmy Page, 15,000 hours, and you will become the expert, right? So practice, 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 practice. Start with the breathing. Inhale to the count of 4, hold to the count of 4, exhale to the count of 8, and do it over and over again until you feel that comfort, home. Here I am feeling, and you'll know the feeling when you feel it because it feels like a hug from your mother. Now, unless you don't like your mother, it feels like a hug from somebody you truly love and who loves you. And when you're there, then you do. Then you think, then you plan, right? But don't do anything unless you're in alignment, because then you're just throwing stuff out there and hoping it sticks, and that never works. Well, sometimes it works, but when you use targeted focus, it works even better. Catch that, huh? All righty. There you go, you guys. What else can I do? I have an hour to fill. We seem not to have anybody waiting for a reading in the wings. And if they are waiting, they are not up to live and are not speaking. I know that apparently you have to have a registered YouTube account. Oh, you're welcome, James. All day, every day. That's why I do this, because I feel these energies for you. I read these energies for you. I give them to you, but they feed my soul like nobody's business. This energetic feeling that I get into in order to give you the words that you are going to use to get into your energetic perfection feeds me like nobody's business. This sense of alignment feeds my soul. You have a great week, James. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. And so we now have 55 minutes to kill. So what are we going to do? If somebody's there wanting a reading, do feel free to speak up and let me know that you're there. Oh, King of Cups. Being the best you that you can be is much easier when you choose who the best you is from the get-go. Doesn't matter whether you're me or somebody else. You've got to want to be the best you that you can be. And this is a personal commitment to self. This is deciding how you want to feel about everything all day, every day, and being one with the emotion that you are choosing to feel. And the best way to do that is to slow yourself down enough so that you can be the chooser of your existence. The power of self is so intense. Now, how do we move forward? Somebody is watching, would like to get a tarot reading. Feel free to let me know that you're there. I can read your cards for you. I'm here for another hour. Feel free to pop in there. I can read your cards, seeing as how you're watching anyway. Of course, you're going to get them cold because you're not going to feed me any energy. So let's see what I can do. You're sitting there watching. I see you. Let's see what the cards have to say for you. Oh, you make your own luck. Everything that you want, everything that you are, until you shove yourself off the cliff, until you take that first step, and you already know this, you aren't going anywhere. You are stuck. You are stagnant. You are here hoping, wishing, praying, wanting, whatever it is that you want. And you've got to be exactly who you want to be, where you want to be, when you want to be in order to create that. So get into alignment and create that. And then once you've created that alignment energy, then it's just a matter of going after everything that you've wanted. And the beauty of it is that once you are in alignment, you can look at your initial ego inception and you can instantaneously seal it, heal it, change it, recreate who you want to be, how you want to be, where you want to be, where you are going, and go after it and get it in full knowledge that you are who you are, where you are, when you are, and that you deserve the best that the universe is capable of creating for you. right? This is your freedom. And knowing all that, it's a simple matter of, once you are in alignment, creating the space for that by allowing the universe to say, oh, you know what? Maybe if you did this, you say, oh, well, maybe if I did this. And then in alignment, you do it. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But the energy that you are creating by trusting your alignment to create the pathway to get you where you want to go, that is the law of attraction. What you put out there is what the universe is going to deliver to you. Feel free to let me know in the chat if you want a personalized reading, you guys. Otherwise, I'm just going to pull your energy out of the ether, and these cards are going to go out to whoever they want to go out to. Let me know that you're there. And if you are not live, double check to make sure that the live is actually flashing live. Otherwise, you're not on live and you're watching a delayed rendering of the podcast. So bring it in if you want me to read for you. Otherwise, I'm just going to pull somebody's energy out of the ether. Feel free to own these cards because they're for you. I know you're there. I see you. Look at that. King of Wands, right? You got to be who you want to be. You got to be the love that you want to see in the world. You've got to be the healing that you want to see in the world. You've got to be the strength, the power, the consistency of who you want to be in the world. And you got to go after it with a vengeance. You've got to know that when you tell the universe, this is what I want, this is who I am, this is where I want to be, that the universe is going to allow your best life based on the fact that you are in alignment with this. This is half the battle. I like to say you got to kiss a lot of frogs before you find the handsome prince. Well, it's practice. It's all about the practice, right? You've got to choose and then do and then allow. And it's all about the allowance. The allowance comes, right? And look at this. This is perfection. This is your happiness. This is your joy. This is the completion of everything that you have wanted to create actually being created. And it's just a simple practice. And all you've got to do is focus. And what do you focus on? Well, the easiest thing that I have found to focus on in the moment is your breathing. And how do you focus on your breathing? You control your breathing. And I just started this count just a week and a half ago. I used to do it differently. So if you've seen previous shows of mine where I tell you to do a different breathing method, this is why. You're going to count to 4. On the inhale, you're going to hold for a count of 4, and then you're going to exhale for a count of 8. And this is how this happens. And everything that you want, everything that you desire is promised to come to you. Here's the fun part. You don't get to choose how it's going to come to you. You don't get to choose what the parameters are. The universe is going to do that. All you can do is create the energy, create the space for the universe to allow you to have what you want. How do you tell the universe what you want? You get into alignment and you feel yourself doing and being the things that you want from the universe. Do you get this? Right? And then you're doing exactly what you want to be doing because that's what you choose to be doing. You tell the universe, this is what I choose. Give this to me. Let me have this. And you do it, right? And the more in alignment you do it, the more effective this all becomes. All righty. Who else is sitting there? You guys don't even have to come into the chat. The cards will pick up on you. I don't know who I'm picking up on right now, but welcome to you. You're welcome to come into the chat. You want to ask me about the cards, discuss about the cards, ask a specific question, and that is there for you. Here we go. Your cards, right? Somebody, this is, who's this? Who do you have to go to? This is a boss. This is you. Are you up against, you're looking at, oh, this is cool. Followed by the Queen of Coins, followed by the Six of Swords. You are in a position where you've got to ask somebody else's permission. Somebody else is in control over, has this power over how this is going to happen. And in order for you to get that permission, there's several things. You've got to get into alignment and bring this to them. You know, if it's a court of law and you're asking something of a court of law, you have to be in alignment with the law before the judge is going to give you anything within the law. Do you get this? Do you see how this is going? The Queen of Coins comes to the table with solidity and everything that she needs to do what she needs to do, right? The queens are the ones that create things. The queens are the ones that make things real. Queens remember. Queens remember who they are. They know who they are, and they know what they need to do in order to create it, right? So you get into alignment with these two aspects, my friend, and then you just go with the flow, right? If you are gonna end up, this is the fun part, if this is an actual judge and this is a court case based on you potentially being locked up, there's a good possibility with these cards flowing like this that that's what's going to happen. But that's because you created everything in your pathway so that this judge has no choice but to deliver what this is. You come to the table with the right energy, then this is just a matter of being patient enough for whatever you have already created in your existence to play out. And how do you change what's going to play out differently in the future? You change who you're being. You change what you're asking from the universe. You get in charge of yourself, of your emotion, of your power, and you deliver it to the world in the way that you expect it. Maybe this is you going to jail. Maybe this is you getting locked up, maybe getting a bracelet put on you so that the government can keep track of you. But you're always the one in control, right? You end up in that position. You get to choose what you do once you're in that position. Maybe you're not able to prevent this from happening, whatever this is that you have to wait for to subside. Maybe you can't change the path because it's already in place. And maybe your fears are founded. But how you deal with the way that this comes down is going to change how you go through this. You don't have any control here. This is not for you to control. This is what you can create in spite of what this is. Whatever this is going to come out as, you get to choose how you're going to deal with it. You get to choose, right? Here's the energy that this works for, is they go, okay, well, you know what? We're going to lock you up for the next 2 years because you broke the law. You know what you did wrong. You planted the seeds to create this situation. This is you. Take advantage of the time while you're locked up there to learn how to knit, learn how to do something that you want to do that when you get out will change your life, because between now and then, you have no control over how this is going to flow out. Do you get it? This is another one. It's like you've created a situation where in order for you to pass your med school exams and get into med school, you got to go to med school. But you need the permission of the school to qualify. And how do you get qualified? You gain the knowledge that allows you to get qualified. This is an arbiter. This is a judge. This is somebody else determining your future. Is this a boss? Is this you need to go in and apply for a job and he's going to say to you, I would love to give you this job. You're great for this job, but you need to learn how to knit. All right. This is the energy of this. So what do? You can go with the flow. You don't ever have to learn how to knit. But if this is what you want to do and this is where you want to be, you got to learn how to knit. You catching the energy here? So these cards could represent 1,000 different situations, but they all come back to the same base energy. You created the situation that you're in. Somebody else is going to decide for you, regardless of what the situation is, regardless of what you want, regardless of what you expect. Somebody else is going to make this decision and you have no control over them. You do have control over what you do with whatever they decide. So take this and use it as a jumping off point, a starting point to create a better life. And this takes time. There is a time lapse between these two cards and this card in order to move forward. And then what moves forward is this a wedding? Do you need to ask somebody, right? I want to marry this girl, Dad. Will you let me marry your daughter? And he says, yeah, well, you know what? Go make something of your life and then you can marry my daughter. And then, you know, you got to go make something. You don't ever have to make anything of your life. But until you do, you can't marry the daughter. Do you catch how these cards are working here, you guys? And then there's the wedding. But it took time to get there. You had to prove yourself. Maybe you had to prove yourself to her and to him in order to get that permission kind of energy, right? That's the beauty of using the tarot cards for things like this. World, the entire existence of the world is energy, right? We're everything in this world is made up of physical molecules, right? When the second that I pick up my coffee cup, I trade molecules. Part of me becomes part of the cup and part of the cup becomes part of me, right? Same thing when I take a sip of the coffee. My molecules, some of my molecules have just become coffee and some of the coffee molecules have just become me. Do you see how that works? So the more in alignment you are with the reality of your physical existence, the better, the more in your favor the existence works, right? And where else can I go with that? We'll pull some more cards and see what the cards say, right? It doesn't matter what the question is. It doesn't matter what the situation is. You get into alignment, you do what the spirit calls you to do, and you allow the existence to go, and the anxiety, the pain, the fear, anything negative that might exist ceases instantaneously to exist the moment you get into alignment. How did you get out of alignment? You had an ego inception sometime between birth and the age of 7 that said, oh my God, you're alone, you're lost, nobody's coming to save you, so you got to save yourself, and you don't know what to do. You don't know where to go, and oh my God. And you spend the whole rest of your life in that ego inception. So in my case, my ego inception is wrapped around a situation where my control, my power, my pride of self was taken away from me. And in order to heal my personal ego inception, I have to take that power back. Right? I'm not here for you or anybody else. I'm here for me. And as long as I stay focused on what it is that I want and what I need and where I want to go and where I want to be, and I stay in alignment, then my spirit is going to tell me, well, you got to do this. This is where you got to go. This is the path you got to walk down. Right? And I get there and I go there and everything falls into place. The fun part is the second that I try to put controls or parameters on where it might be going, then I change what I have created in being, right? And it's all emotional. The universe doesn't hear your thoughts. The universe hears how you feel. So if you're scared, it feels your fear and will give you more things to be afraid of. It's quite happy. What you feel into reality, the universe will deliver up to you. I'm scared. I'm in the dark. I'm drowning. I'm not happy. And the universe goes, oh, great. You know, you want to be scared. You want to be, this is why they call it the law of attraction, right? But if you are focused on, you get neutral. Neutral's easy. Neutral is the best place to go, right? You can use a higher emotion in order to bring yourself up to neutral. But neutral is the absolute desired place of being for jumping off, because the second you get neutral, you get complete, you get whole, you get home. There's no fear. There's no anxiety. There is no pain. There is no stress. There's none of that negativity. There's also no positivity either, because you're neutral, right? But when you're neutral, why would anybody want to choose anything negative, right? Get neutral, and then you get to choose how you want to feel about stuff. If you want to feel anything. And if you manage to successfully slow your entire existence down enough, then you get to deliver to yourself your best life. And that's the whole point of the energy that we're using in these cards. Does that make sense? All right. See if we can pick up somebody else's energy. See what else we can pull out of these cards here, you guys. Oh, but how do you win? How do you win if you just let them go? Well, here's the fun part. Let's say you're a long distance runner and you want to win the Boston Marathon. There's energies here at play that you do not have. First of all, everybody else running that Boston Marathon has the same desire to win that marathon as you do. So you, in competition with everybody else running that race, requires that you be in alignment with the race. The race, if you're gonna be a runner, you gotta love running, especially when it's a marathon. Because if you don't love running, then it's going to be a slog and it's going to be work and it's going to be hard. See what I'm doing with this? You want to feel your way into, what do I want to do? What do I want to be? Where do I want to go? And let the universe deliver up to you the challenges that you need to deal with in order to get there, right? What if you want a lover? You want more love in your life. You want a partner. You want to be married. You want to have children. Well, you need to put yourself out there in places where that lover, that partner, that spouse can find you, right? If you stay at home and you are not putting yourself out there where you can meet the people that maybe the universe can use as the option for you to be, then you're never going to meet them, right? Here comes the fun part. The challenge is saying yes to the universe. The universe is going to throw the challenge at you. And if you decide, well, that's not what I want, then the challenge is going to be taken away from you. Sometimes the universe goes, I don't care what you want. Everything has been set into motion that this is what you have to deal with. Then the best thing for you to do is say, okay, this isn't what I want. Acknowledge that this is not who you are, where you are, and when you want to be. And change how you feel about where you're going from here. Because you can't start from back there. You have to start from right here. It's right here, right now. The when is one of the most important parameters that you are using as your jumping off place. Say you're in a position where in order to get a raise, you have to ask for the boss for a raise. Otherwise, they're not going to think that you even need one. Bosses don't like spending money that they don't have to. Well, I'm a different kind of boss. I want my employees making as much money or more than I am making, because then they're happy working for me. If they are happy working for me, then I'm getting my best work out of them. As a boss, it's a different angle. But if you are in a position as an employee and you want the raise and you want more money, then you have to be doing several things. You have to prove to the boss that A, you want to be there, B, you are great at your job and can only get better at your job, so you deserve more money. And then you have to go to the boss and say, hey, this is where I am. This is how long I've been here. This is what I do for the company. This is what I have done for the company. And this is where I am going. And I deserve a raise. And then you might still not get the raise. This is why it's a challenge. This is why you have to deal with it on the daily basis. And the boss says, well, sorry, you're at the top of your pay scale. And that point, you say to the boss, well, this is insufficient pay scale for where I want to be and where I want to go with my life. So am I capable of really going anywhere with you any further than this? And he'll say, well, in order to get that job, you need this. But if they don't have, there's no upside, then you don't even have to talk to the boss. There's no upside, right? Like if you work at my company, you can't have my job because it's my job. You can't have my partner's job because that's his job. There are other jobs within my company that you are capable of having and capable of doing, right? But if you come in and I see that you don't have the ability to do the math to do that job, then you're never getting that job. If you don't have the physical skill, ability to pick up and throw 30, 50-pound boxes, then you're not getting that job. Do you see what I'm saying? So you have to have realistic desires, wants, and positioning in order to see where you're going and how you're going to get there. That's the challenge. And feeling your way through whatever the challenge it is that gets thrown at you that's half the battle, right? If you get in and the easiest thing is just get into alignment, and the universe is amazing and will tell you exactly where you need to go to get to where you want to be. But you got to get into alignment, and you've got to commit to your own alignment. That's the challenge, right? Here's the Three of Wands. Threes are about bringing everything together to create what it is that you want to create. And if you want to create something, if you want to bake a cake, you need flour, you need eggs. You might not need flour or eggs. All you need is a cake mix and water. But you cannot bake a cake if you do not have the ingredients required to bake the cake. Okay, so I'm going to come into money. My nose is itchy. My mom used to say that. My mom is no longer with us. She's gone a couple of years ago. To catch this, you guys, if anybody, you feel free to pop into the chat and let me know you want a personal reading here, you guys. I am here until noon today. I got a half an hour. I got time for some energy for you guys, but you got to let me know that you're there. Otherwise, I'm just feeling your energy and seeing your spirit, feeling your spirit. This is law of attraction. And if I have not mentioned it today, you want to see, how do I control this, right? Go on acim.org, and I type it into the chat here so you can find it. Go to this website that I just typed in there and do the workbook. Do one chapter every day. It takes about almost 2 years to go through the whole thing. It's a little more work than memorizing a tarot deck, but these are the exercises created to teach you how to live your best life. You might find it's got Christian theology that you don't like. Well, then there's a different pathway to get there, right? But everything, all paths lead to the same thing. Heal your ego inception, and you are done. All righty. So, read on your energy, right? Some people are going to get their spiritual, some people it's music. Some people it is dancing. Some people it is crochet or knitting. It is the things that you are capable of doing, that you feel emotionally called to do, and doing them in spite of whatever is going on around you is how you tell how you give the message to the universe to give me the energies. This is what I want. This is where I want to be. This is how I want to be. This is how I want to feel, right? And when you find it, do more of it and keep doing more of it, right? Now I was saying, if you want to love partner, you gotta put yourself out there. Put yourself in a position where you are doing loving things for other people, and the universe will go, ooh, they practice love. They want more love in their lives, right? You want to have a baby. You got to practice doing the physical thing to create the baby, right? Maybe you're one of those people that are, for whatever reason, male, female, doesn't really matter. You want to be a parent, but you don't have the physical actual attributes to make a baby. Then if you really, really want a parent, then you are stuck in a situation perhaps where, well, I can't have a child of my own, or I can't father a child of my own, as the case may be, in which case then adoption becomes an option for you. You want to be a parent, you're going to follow the pathway that the universe creates for you in order to become a parent. There is so much love and so much light and so much completion for you out here that all you got to do is go after it and find it. Right? More cards. Shit or get off the pot. Right? You can hang it. You don't have to do any of this, right? The universe is going to do what the universe does in spite of you. You can hang around and wait and allow the universe to deliver up to you whatever it's going to deliver up to you. But I'll tell you what, if you've got a career or something that requires you doing something to create your future, hanging around waiting for the universe to give it to you is not going to create anything except what the universe is going to deliver. And if you are not absolutely blissfully happy and welcoming to everything that the universe delivers up to you, then you're going to live a miserable life. And you're not here for misery. You're here for the contrast. You're here to take what the universe is going to throw at you and do the best things that you can possibly do with that universe, right? You are the one in charge. This isn't a religious practice, guys. This is so scientifically literate that you need to understand that all of those molecules in your body and all of those molecules in the universe are the same molecules, right? You become one with the universe will become one with you. You get this? And then all you got to do is plant seeds, and the universe will grow things that you are stunned and surprised could even grow. And it's the easiest thing in the world. And that's once, and then you just go where the wind blows. You go where the universe takes you, right? It's going to deliver up what you have created. But it all comes back to that starting point is knowing, get into alignment with yourself. Be who you are, where you are, when you are, and communicate to the world by seed planting where you want to go, who you want to be, when you want to be, and go there and allow it and enjoy it and welcome it and be it. Too easy. This is the law of attraction in practice. You get to create that which you wish to create, your happiness, your joy, your bliss, not somebody else's, right? But if you're living somebody else's existence, then you're not getting into this. You're allowing that existence to just be what it is. Then you've got to embrace it. If you're not willing to tell the universe what you want, then you've got to blissfully accept whatever the universe throws at you. And that's the reality of the law of attraction, you guys. Pay no attention to that man behind the curtains. They are setting up a tent. The curtains was a joke because he's got the walls for the tent that he's going to attach to the tent so that they can use it for storage. So we use tents for the company. What else can I tell you guys? We got 24 minutes left. And if anybody's still watching at this point, they are not logged into YouTube, which tells me that if you're watching, you don't have an account. But we can do this for you, you guys. This is choose your pathway, right? You want to walk down this path. It's not hard. You want to go through life anonymous and just live your life and mind your own business. You can do that. Being a hermit is an easy thing to do. You just gotta relax into it and let it be whatever it is, right? But at the end of the day, you're the one in charge. You get to decide who you are. You get to decide how you feel about who you are, where you are, when you are, and what you're going to do about it, if anything at all, right? Sometimes the best course of action is no course of action, right? Sometimes just going with the flow is the only thing that you can do because everything else is completely, utterly, totally out of your control. You get it? What else can I tell you? Oh, and it's practice. You got to keep doing it. You've got to you get it once you start practicing it, right? And you get on a path and you get to where you're going and you're almost there. Dude, you're so close, you're almost there. And then you go, oh, this isn't working. Well, you just changed the parameters. You've just made it. So you've got to go back to the beginning, get into alignment, feel your way into what it is that you want to create within the universe, and do the practice. Keep doing the practice. And anytime something comes up that says, this isn't going to happen, this isn't working, you got to go back and start all over again. This is an emotional practice, and the emotion is going to dictate for you whether or not it's working, whether or not it can work. You get it? What else can we tell you this morning? You got to go after what you want. You've got to do the things that you need to do to create what you want. If you want to be a famous musician, you got to learn how to play a musical instrument. You can't, or learn how to sing, or learn how to write music, or whatever it takes to be a musician. You can't just wake up one morning and go, I'm Mick Jagger, because you're not. Mick Jagger took steps to become Mick Jagger. You get it? And so you, in order creating and becoming your best life, have to do the things that are going to create your best life. And how do you create them? You figure out what they are. And I don't mean figure out here. I mean feel your way into what you need to do and do it. If you want to be a doctor, you have to go to med school. If you haven't got the head for numbers, then you still have to go to med school and be able to do the work. Maybe creatively. I have dyscalculia, but I was successful at becoming a financial advisor because I knew how to do the basic math, and I could use tools to, at a certain point, do the math for me. Calculator, computers, right? If you want to code websites, same thing. You can't code if you don't know how to code. And here's the fun part. They go, oh, you don't need to know how to code. You can use AI to code for you. Well, you can use AI to code for you, but AI has a limitation that you don't know how to code. You have no idea what AI is telling the program to do. You get it? So how can you possibly test what you are creating if you don't know how to do it? And so that knowledge comes together. You have to create that knowledge base. You have to create that starting point for yourself to move out into the universe. And not be afraid. The Nine of Swords comes up here because you can't be afraid of what might happen, what could happen, what should happen, right? Because the second that you are afraid of it, you put stumbling blocks in your own pathway, right? I'm afraid, therefore I am, right? It's the analysis paralysis comes into play as well. If I spend too much time thinking about what I should be doing rather than just doing it, right? Practice is your best friend. Right? If you want to become a good reader, you have to practice reading. If you want to become a good writer, you have to practice writing. Same thing with music, same thing with dancing, same thing with coding, same thing with baking bread. You've got to really, really focus on what is it that I want. And it has to be self-motivated. The second you start doing it for somebody else, it doesn't have the power of the universe backing it because you're doing it for somebody else. You're not doing it for you because this is your go around. This isn't somebody else's go around. It's your go around. And you don't get to go anywhere what with you don't go. You can get dragged through life, but you're going to hate it. You're going to hate every second with it because you're not the one in control. Somebody else is dictating to you who you are, where you are, when you are. And unless you are somebody's slave, which, lots of slaves in the world, you guys. In which case, if you are in a position where you are not allowed to be who you are, where you are, when you are, and somebody else dictates for you what that is, then you have to learn to be one with the things over which you have no control, right? The same thing works with slavery. The same thing works with captivity. You get to choose who you're going to be and what you're going to create out of what you are given, right? If you are given lemons, make lemonade, right? And don't expect that that things will just automatically happen for you. You have to make them happen. You have to pull the strings. You have to walk the path. You have to go through the motions to create the things it is that you want to create. You catch this? And it's so important that sometimes you'll overdo it and you'll end up trapped somewhere, kind of going where it becomes a slog. It becomes, this isn't fun anymore. And then you have to slow yourself down, pull yourself back and go, okay, why am I doing this? What am I doing this for? Who am I doing this for? Where do I move with this? Right? And you want me to read your cards, you guys, just pop a message into the chat. We can bring you on live if you like, or you can stay in the chat. I can read your cards. I'm here for another 15 minutes or so. I'm here till noon. Otherwise, I can read your cards without you coming on the chat. That's fine too. But in order to go where you want to go and be what you want to be, you've got to do what you got to do in order to get there. You got to plant the seeds. You've got to till the soil. You've got to man the crops, right? And you've got to be brave enough and strong enough to go through all the steps to get to where you want to go. You know, you can't get up one morning and go, oh, I'm going to be an Olympic fencer without learning how to fence, right? Maybe you can jump real high, but you can't go become the head of the best basketball player in the NBA if you don't know how to play basketball, right? So there's steps, there's processes, there's pathways that you can walk down. And you can put as many pathways in front of you in the hopes that one of them is going to catch, one of them is going to hit. But if you put the same effort and energy and alignment and power into every single one of those pathways, right, and you allow what's going to come from those pathways to come into reality, then it's going to come into reality. But if you don't go after it, you can't create what you do not create, what you do not go after, because it just can't exist. You could magically, right? You are the creator. What you want, look at this, the two creator cards, one right after the other. And this is the Wheel of Fortune. This is the luck card, right? You create your own luck. If you don't go fishing, you will never catch a fish, right? If you don't dive into the water, you will never meet a mermaid, right? What else can I say? If you don't look for the end of the rainbow, you will never find the pot of gold. Do you catch where I'm going with this, right? Butterflies flit from flower to flower looking for the pollen. That's why they go flower to flower. Sometimes a bee got there first and cleaned out all the pollen, or the nectar, actually, because butterflies are looking for nectar. But maybe the plant has been sucked dry from another critter. So they'll go to another flower and they'll keep going. And their goal is to collect that nectar. And until they collect that nectar, they're going to keep doing that. And then at the end of the season, they fly off to Capistrano or wherever it is in Mexico that they fly off to, right? You become one with who you are. And then the creation of the life existence falls into place very easily. But you've got to create it. You've got to go after it. You've got to put two and two together in order to make four. I was going to say three, but it's a three numerologically, but it's 2 + 2 is 4. So yeah, anybody tells you 1 + 1 is 3, that's 1 + 1 is 2. The math has got to work, right? I don't care if you're reading tarot cards or doing astrology. If you're fudging the math, you're fudging the math. You know what I'm saying? This is physical existence that you are trying to manipulate. And in order to manipulate it, you can only manipulate that over which you have control. And what do you have control over? You and only you. There ain't nobody else there, my dear. Right? And that's where your joy, your bliss comes from. And, you know, you can create all that, but you still got to pay the piper. You know, if you hire a piper to come in and teach you how to pipe, you've got to pay the piper at the end of the day. You know, that's how that goes. Let's see what else the cards will tell me to tell you this morning. These are great. I see you guys out there watching me. You are welcome to get a personalized reading direct in which you can actually ask questions and work with me or not. That's up to you. I'm here every Tuesday between 9 a.m. and noon Eastern time. I'm in Montreal, just outside of Montreal, Canada. Look at that. Oh, the Chariot. The Chariot's a great card. So what if what you want to do, what you want to put together, what you want to create in the world is it doesn't want to naturally flow together. You want to turn water into wine. You want to teach pigs to swim. You know, there is sometimes creativity involved. If you can see the final goal, but the world doesn't want to work with you, go around, find a different way. If you want somebody to love you, right? You can get super creative and you can use creative methods to put yourself into a position where they can get to know you, they can love you, but you cannot make them love you. You can trick yourself into thinking that they love you, and then you've got their love, so to speak. But is that what you really wanted? No. So you want to avoid using creativity to trick yourself, and instead use creativity to get things that don't want to work together to work together. Do you follow that? Your spirit is always going to show you how to get on the inside looking out and keep you from being on the outside looking in, right? This is all about communication. And, you know, when you discover this isn't working, this isn't you can't keep doing the same things over and over and over again and expect different results. It doesn't work like that. You have to change something. You have to add a different energy or take an energy back out of it, right? That's the creativity, is to look at it with an objective emotional eye and say, oh, this isn't working. What do I need? How can I feel this into existence? And if the emotion is not carrying the power and the energy to create whatever it is that you are wanting to create, then it's not going to work. At which point you have to look at it, draw a line in the sand and say, okay, I need this, or it needs this, or we need this, or this is not going to happen. Then you have to rethink what it is that you want and how you want it, because obviously this is not working. How do I make it work? You get into alignment and feel your way into the creation of whatever it is that you want to have happen, right? And then that's the practice. And the challenge is to do the practice, to do the alignment over and over again until it works for you. And how does it work for you? You'll know when it's working, because miracles happen. And they really, really do, right? That's the fun part of how the universe works. If you want to go to the moon, you got to build a rocket ship. You've got to train for how your body is going to feel when you actually get into space, and learn how to operate the spaceship so that you can get it to the moon. And that's the only way to get to the moon. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't have your own spaceship, you got to use somebody else's spaceship. You've got to get in on their space program. If you want to drive a car, you want to drive to California, you've got to figure out how to drive the car, get a car, figure out how to get from here to California, and put it together, right? You need a plan. You need an emotional plan, right? There are technicalities behind what you want emotionally that need to fall into place. Those physical things cannot be ignored or forgotten, because the math has got to work, right? All right. We have 8 minutes left here, you guys. Courage. Courage is everything. Having the courage. Have the courage of your convictions. Have the courage to stand up to the people that are going to say to you, oh, no, you can't do this. That'll never work. That's not for you. That's not meant to be for you. In spite of it being absolutely everything that you want here and now, and you are willing to do everything that it takes to get that, you have to have the courage to stand up to the people that are going to say, no, 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 you can't do this, right? Courage is part of it. Where do you get courage? Get into alignment. The courage will deliver itself up to you. You've already accepted the challenge. Right now, you've just got to be brave enough to do this. My grandfather told me once, the only difference between a hero and a coward is 1 second, right? You have the power to do what it is that you want to do. All you've got to do is grab it and do it. And, it could be the most difficult thing in the world. Maybe you've got to climb down into a volcano kind of energy. In order to meet the dragon, to ride the dragon. You want to be a dragon rider. But unless you climb down into the volcano, you're not getting to where the dragon is in order to create the dragon riding. Now, I'm using dragons. Obviously, dragons are mythical creatures. But the point of it is, whatever you want, you have to create. And in order to create it, you need to pull together all the required molecules to create what you want to create. And you still have zero control over the outcome. All righty. We got a few minutes here left. Pull one more opportunity with the cards. You don't want to come on live. That's cool. I can read these cards for you. Tower. What if I go through all the trouble, I get to where I'm going, and I still can't get there? It's not going to happen. It's not happening. It is. Now I'm in total chaos. Everything is out in the world. I did everything that you said. You told me that all I have to do is to get into alignment and practice, 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 and everything I want is going to fall into place. Well, here's the beauty of it. What you want and what you are willing to celebrate in your existence are two completely different things. If you want to be Mick Jagger, you have to be Mick Jagger to be Mick Jagger. Do you get it? You cannot be Mick Jagger. That job is already taken by Mick Jagger. What you can be is you. What you can be is the best you that you can possibly create. And if you are trying to create with yourself something that is not you, something that is somebody else, it's never going to work. It has to be for you. It has to be about you. It has to be by you. And the universe has to have all of the parameters in place for it to allow these things to happen and occur, right? And once you know and understand that the control that you do have is what dictates for you your existence, and the emotional acceptance of the delivery of what you've created to you, embrace it, appreciate it, own it, good, bad, indifferent. That's a judgment call, right? That's where your freedom comes from. That's where your release. The world is your oyster, but you've got to plant the oyster beds in order to get the oysters. You got it? If you don't have oysters, you're not getting any pearls. This is how this works, right? The main point to the alignment is to take the focus off of the negativity, off of the pain, off of the anxiety, off of the stress, off of all of the things that you don't like and don't want in your world, and put your focus on what you do want and what you do like in your world. Because then when your focus is on what you like, then the crap, which is going to happen anyway. Shit happens. You've heard this expression 1,000 times by now. It's still going to happen. It's not going to stop happening. The world doesn't become perfect and everything coming up roses all of a sudden. It doesn't work like that. What happens is that you change, and how you feel about your existence changes. And you focus yourself and your activities on doing the things that you want to be doing in order to create your best life. Right? And that's never for somebody else. And all you got to do is get into alignment, accept, acknowledge, be grateful for the good that you have. You don't have to be grateful for the hideousness, but if you can look at the hideousness and see the silver lining to the hideousness of your existence, that's half the battle, right? And then looking at what you don't like and going, I don't like that. When you know what you don't want, then you automatically know what you do want, because it isn't that, right? So you stop doing whatever it is that is creating that over and over again. If you're working at a job that you hate, you despise the job, and there is absolutely nothing that you can find in this job that you like and or appreciate, then it behooves you to communicate to the world that I need a job that I like, that I want, and get your resume out there. Get applications going out to the different people that you may or may not want to work for. And that is how you change your life. But it's a practice, and it is one foot. It's like walking, right? Once you realize that you can walk one foot in front of the other, right? And that is how you can't stand in one place and expect to be walking. There is physical activity required by you in order to generate and create your best life. And knowing that is the first half of the battle. The second half is communicating to your universe, this is how I'm changing my life. This is where I want my life to go, and allowing the universe to show you how to get there. And that's the beauty of it, you guys. It is coming up on noon, and I got to appreciate you guys all coming in and watching my live. I'm here every Tuesday between 9 and noon. You're welcome to come back, get an actual reading of your own will change your life. This is the promise of the law of attraction, the Course in Miracles, the Chen Chuan. Take control of your life and create the life that you want to live, not the life that other people want you to live for them. This isn't about them. This is your go around. You're the one in charge. I hope to see you guys back here next Tuesday. Have a great week. In the meantime, much love to you. Go create your best life, because ain't nobody else going to create it for you. See you again soon, and have a good week.